There's actually no fan going. That's the PC you were hearing, Omni. So, can you hear me now? Yes, no, maybe. Anything? Anything? Tell me you're there, guys. Okay. The reason I was so freaked out for a moment there was because I recorded a Oblivion video earlier, and I was very worried that I had incorrectly set the mic to that one over there, the stereo mic, rather than this mic. I hadn't. I just checked the Oblivion file. It recorded on this one, as it should, so I'm not even sure why it switched over to that, but it's fixed now. And I don't have to redo a hour-and-a-half awesome Oblivion session. I couldn't possibly recreate it. It was really fun, and a lot of fun stuff happened. So, moving on. Like I was saying, I'm not even sure if I know how to play this game that well anymore. So we're going to do a little bit of practice running around before we actually try and set some times down. Now, if you notice something interesting, you actually lose a degree of your momentum if you fly like that, which is one of the reasons most of the really good speedrunners don't actually fly through all entire levels unless they actually have a P-wing. Oh, wrong song. Oh, didn't quite make it. No! I lost the thing. Whoop, I lost the thing. Oh god, I'm losing everything. No, now it's just a mushroom. No. No, now I'm dead again. Oh my god. Whoop, whoop, hang on. Oh my god, we're back to running. And we made it. Whew, that was close, guys. I thought about playing the NES version of this one, but the NES version has some really serious issues, and it would be harder to set up. But, I will say one thing about this. First of all, this is a pretty good remake of the game, all things considered, but second of all, Super Mario Bros. 3 truly was a triumph, technically speaking. It was an absolute mind-boggling achievement for the era. Probably one of the most technically advanced NES games that exist. Not the most, but certainly one of. They did so much to make things work that should not have worked back then. It was astonishing. So this is what I like to call a no-whistle run. Which is exactly what it sounds like. It's not every level, which can take a while, and I usually only do those if I'm in the mood for a 100% run. And it's not just a regular run, which is, you know, you get the first 2 whistles, and then you blaze all the way to World 8. So, we'll see how I do. And of course, as usual, if anybody has any questions, comments, etc., the board is open. Wah! Now this is a laying down time. For those of you who don't know what that phrase means, this is me attempting to lay down some times for improvement, basically. This is the beginning of practice, to put it in another way. The fact that I'm timing it it's one of those things that it's to give yourself a little bit of motivation to get better, kind of a deal, you know what I mean? Obviously I'm going to be doing absolutely terrible, like I did with that Super Metroid run where I did 6 hours. But, the idea isn't so much to set a great time your very first time playing the game, you know, it's to set a time so that then you could see if and how you're improving, right? Hence why I don't really call this, you know, an actual record run or whatever you would call those. This is more of a laying down time. Hence the term difference. I have this really weird feeling no one's actually in the chat right now. Somebody saying something in chat to make sure my chat thing hasn't crashed. Because I know it does that. I guess I don't need another one. Okay, Omni. As long as you're here, I'm happy. Another interesting thing about Mario Bros. 3 is relative to more modern things. Mario Brothers 3 stages also feel very short. That's partially because there is so much going on in them that they basically had to make the stages so much shorter in order to fit all of it in there. That's another reason why stages like this one were so split up. You can't really tell that now, given, you know, given the way that the Super Nintendo is rendering them, but back in the day, this was just, oh my god. Then we go into the thing, because this area basically had to be rendered by itself, because this was actually, we had the static background layer, and then we had the moving layer, which is the you know, Mario and the Yui down there, and then we had the layer for that thing, and that's pretty much it. That used everything up, so that was pretty much the extent of what they could do in a nutshell. Ah, damn it. Fun fact, this guy returns in Super Mario World 3D. I'm actually really looking forward to it. His game is Boom Boom. He's also in World of Warcraft. As a Hosen. Yes, seriously. Alright. Now, I'm kind of hoping to avoid that little, the Hammer Bro down there. Hammer Brothers are just a huge waste of time. Even more so if you accidentally get them into the coin thing, which I used to know exactly how that works. I don't remember it exactly anymore. Excuse me. Whew. My throat's still giving me issues today. Like if the last digit of the coin matches up with the last digit of the time at certain digits, like 7 or whatever I know is one of them, then the roaming Hammer Brothers there will turn into a ship instead of the roaming Hammer Brothers. And the ship is an auto-scroller, and for those of you who don't know what that means, it means you can't do anything to speed it up, really. I mean, anything you can do is only going to improve it by a matter of seconds. So it just really, really slows things down, and that's irritating even when you aren't doing a speedrun. When you are doing a speedrun, that's a run killer. Now, I used to play Mario Bros. 3 a lot. It's one of those games that I used to play... Whoops! I should have committed. It's one of those games I used to play a lot and make up challenges for myself for. And, it's kind of funny because the physics in this one are one of the squirreliest of the Mario series, in my opinion, even though Mario Bros. 1's are actually squirrelier. For those of you who don't know what I mean by squirrely, if I were to go right and then stop moving, you see how I kept going for like a good foot or two? I mean, you feel like you're walking on ice skates the entire time. And the jumping mechanic has, for lack of a better way to call it, a bit of a drag to it. So, as you go to jump, you don't go whoa, you go whoa, if that makes any sense at all. It's actually really hard to explain properly. But it takes some real getting used to. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one. Ah, damn. I'm gonna have to fight this guy. Hey, Sean. Word up. Fortunately, a star is actually kind of useful. Now we're gonna do the first airship in, you know, small form. This is gonna suck. Excuse me. Also, lol, Omni. That's all I'm gonna say is lol. Of course, if this... I gotta be honest, Mario Bros. 3, many people consider to be one of the more difficult Mario Bros. Games, because it's incredibly well designed, and there's the squirreliness I just mentioned, and some of the levels in the later worlds, especially World 7 and World 8, are really mean. Really, really mean. Whoops. I can't believe I just did that. This is an auto-scroller, by the way. All I can do is just kind of hang out and chill and not die. I'm not being too fancy because I'm not that confident in myself, but you know, you can like bounce between these guys and get jump chains going on, but I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to go kill the guy. Hey, Larry. This is Larry Koopa. You may recognize him from Mario World, one of the Mario RPGs, and a few other games. He's made a couple of appearances along with most of the Koopa kids. Oh, I guess I should go ahead and timestamp that. There we go. 6 minutes. That's pretty bad, actually. Took me 6 minutes to beat World 1. Puh. Hey, Eroke. I love this game too, by the way. This was one of the games that was donated for, which, in case anyone's wondering why it is I'm playing Mario Brothers 3 of all games. There we go. Damn it. The other thing about this game that I usually find difficult is you can't second guess yourself. And what I mean by that is, if you're going, you basically have to really be committing to moves in order to make them work properly. Whoops. I actually demonstrated earlier in this what happens if you don't. Put simply, if you go and then you try to uncommit, you just lose. Not only do you lose all momentum, it actually basically cancels your existing momentum completely. And you actually have negative momentum, which you then have to overcome in going the other way. And it's just a giant pain. See, for the example there, I really screwed that up, and I should have committed to it instead of trying to pull out of it. God dang it. Arshan Gaia sucks at Mario Brothers 3. Apparently. Now that's actually one of those things that you can do to get a whole bunch of awesome stuff. I'm not doing it, of course, because, you know, speedrun. Now what really bothers me is how much I remember these stages, because I used to play this game a lot, and so I remembered, you know, that there was that I could hide under the one power-up and avoid the one guy, and I remembered that if I sideswiped that one chest that I just did, it would actually provide a leaf. Of course it didn't because I was small, but, you know, whatever. There we go. Yes, Foul Spice. All of them. Actually, Sean, I've heard a lot of fascinating fan theories and fan stories, fics, whatever you want to call them, about the whys and wherefores of the animosity between the Koopa Kingdom and the Mushroom Kingdom. And that's one of the most commonly said things, is that the Mushroom Kingdom, which is actually, if you ever really look at it, if you really look at all the games in which it's represented, it's pretty huge, so it isn't really out of bounds to assume that it has tons of natural resources and whatnot, you know? And the Koopa Kingdom, by contrast, basically, I totally screwed that up. It's okay, I at least survived. The Koopa Kingdom, by contrast, basically has nothing in virtually every representation it's in, you know, usually just one area. And so, it would make sense if that was actually the reasoning. No, okay, and the next time you mention the movie, I'll kill you. Just so you know. No, Foul Spice. It does not. Sorry. But anyways, one of the other ones I've heard is that, this is actually a pet favorite of mine, the idea that the Mushroom Kingdom and the Koopa Kingdom are basically staging the attacks jointly, and that Mario is completely innocent and ignorant of the situation. Because he's Mario, I mean, he's awesome, right? But the idea is that... there we go. The idea is that the two sides are doing it so that the Mushroom Kingdom can basically keep pulling what I like to call an Alluvia thing, which those of you who have never been on my campaign probably don't get at all. No Omni. And, you know, they could keep flinging money heedlessly at whatever because they constantly have public support because they're constantly under attack, and nobody can actually think about that, and meanwhile they basically fund and support the Koopa Kingdom to continue to declare war on them, even though if you notice, there's not actually a lot of damage done every time the Koopas invade. You know, they show up, make a bit of noise, get at the princess, and the end. Now, I want to pause in my discussion for a second, because this stage I know a lot of people could not beat back in the day. Like that. You see that Koopa guy? He's actually Superman in disguise. No, seriously though, I do know several people who couldn't beat this stage back in the day. I screwed up the jump on that. I gotta be like that. There we go. But I knew a lot of people. Whoops, I screwed that up too. Didn't jump high enough. Literally could not beat this stage, and they usually had to ask me to do so for them. And that's not me bragging. That's just interesting. Damn it! I do not like being small on this stage. I might go get a thing just for this one stage. Actually, what do I have? Ah, perfect. Yeah, for the days when I was really good at video games. How's that for a thing to get nostalgic about? I can't believe I screwed that up. Ah, for God's sakes. You have to hit a certain angle of it, or you can actually jump right over it if you jump it right. Believe it or not. And yes, Kay, the video game king is in fact the Angry Sun, as we all knew from the beginning. He's only in 2 levels in the entire game, but he's one of the more memorable characters from the Mario series. Go figure, huh? That happens a lot. It's like Karibo's shoe. Who here even knows what Karibo's shoe is? Actually, I bet several of you do, which just makes my point, because Karibo's shoe has only been in this game, the Mario and Luigi series, and the new Mario that isn't even out yet. Yeah, I want to do this one. Oh, for God's sakes. This has a power-up, which is usually a leaf. You can usually get it if you aim it right. I don't like Boomerang Brothers. I don't like them at all. They really suck because of that. When you screw up, it makes everything. One of the biggest problems I have with this game is I get twitchy. I get like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know, I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about when I say that. It's like, oh god, I'm about to die. And then you do die because you got twitchy, you know. It's like, yeah, that's gonna happen. Quite a few games have that problem, if you could call it that, with it. I just died again. I may have to go get some lives, which is I really don't want to, but I'd rather do that than die, so... Used to be really good at this. Nope. Oh well. All 3 of them actually have a different timing in order to activate them, in case you're wondering. No foul spice, there are no drugs in the FF verse. Damn. You only get 2 shots at that one. But interestingly enough, you can chain it if you end up with the right coin amount, so... And it's always going to be the same thing, so we know that one was star, and we know that one was 1-up. We don't know where a mushroom is, and that's 10 coins, and... Okay. Where was the 10 coins? 10 coins is right here. You're thinking of Old Republic, Omni. Sorry. No painkillers. Sorry. No painkillers. You just get to live with the pain. Come on, where's that 1-up? Damnation, I don't know where that is. Ah, whatever. Anyways, those actually don't change whenever you get them, and funnily enough, you can actually repeat them basically infinitely, by which I mean, you know, you could just, as soon as you know the pattern for one, you can keep guessing infinitely, and it always depends on the lower left one and the middle left one. That's how you can always tell which one it is. I need to be a little more careful. I've only got 1 life left. Oh, bullcrap! God, I hate that guy. I just lost a ton of time, because see what happens now is it starts me over on the entire world, and now I gotta do the whole world all over again. Can't believe I did that. By the way, try and picture that happening in World 8. No, they don't, Omni. Foulspice did not ask for drugs in the technical literal sense of the word. He asked for drugs as in to get high, as in recreational drugs, in which case there are none. Thank you, come again. I'm gonna die. Nope. Oh my god, really? This is why we do these. There's actually an insult in the speedrunning community. It's called turning into a let's play. In other words, if you're doing a let's play instead of a speedrun, that's the biggest insult because you're doing so poorly that you might as well just be randomly playing the game. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a let's play because I suck. Hey, Ogenix. What's up? Why is this so quiet? There we go. I'm pretty sure you're high, okay. That's okay, though. I don't blame you. I knew it, Ogenix. I always knew you were a traitor. The water mechanics are really screwy in this one, too. Much more so than most of the Mario games. Sorry, Omni. You're pulling technicalies. You're still wrong. By the way, fortresses do stay dead if you die. That's one of the nice things. So, some people have asked me, why do I do the no-whistle runs and the no-cape runs in Mario World? And honestly, it's because I always felt that those were just a little bit too cheap. I can't believe I just did that. I'm gonna game over again in this frickin' world. For those of you who don't know what I mean, in Mario World, you can just, you know, go ahead and use the cape and basically fly over 90% of the entire game. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. I mean, you can just fly over virtually everything. And the better you are at it, the more you can skip with it. I don't know about you, but that gets really boring for me. And similarly in Mario Bros. 3, if you use the whistles, well, let's just say I would already be at World 8 right now, to put it simply. Normally I would go ahead and try and do the quick thing. You can actually get down there pretty quickly when the shell gets out of your way, but I probably actually need this. This is going to be such a waste of time. But I do need the lives right now. You can always assure getting a star. It's a pretty easy thing to pattern. Normally you want to avoid that, but you know, I'm kind of low on lives. I'm alright, Ogenix. I'm irritable and frustrated and want to destroy the entire universe. So it's pretty much a normal day for me. Ah, bullcrap. There we go. Believe it or not, this Koopa usually got me more than the sun did, because he's in the perfect place to completely screw with you, or that Koopa, in relation to you dodging the sun, right? Nah, you're all good, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys have done plenty. The whole reason I can continue to exist right now and pay my medical bills and, you know, keep existing is because of the donations and the ad money you guys have been giving me, so... Mostly donations, I'll be a little bit blunt. The ad money is not significant yet. Oh, for God's sakes! Anyways, what I'm trying to say is thank you. You guys are awesome, and I do appreciate it. Even when I'm irritated at Mario Bros. 3. Angry Sun is angry because you're flaunting the rules of the desert, running gaily and freely without a care in the world. And Angry Sun doesn't like that. Angry Sun doesn't like anything. Another fun fact, one of the reasons Angry Sun is such a difficult enemy to dodge, really, is because he doesn't move within relation to the level. He moves in relation to... He doesn't move in relation at all. He moves in relation to the screen. And Mario is always going to be within this range. He can't leave this range, so Mario's literally incapable of leaving the primary vulnerability range of where the sun's going to be, always, because the sun won't leave it. It's an interesting design. It's actually funny because it's something they did because of how, you know, incapable they were of actually processing something more complicated than that. But it works out really well as a villain, or as an enemy, I should say, because of that fact, because of the fact that, you know, you basically can't get away from the guy. I mean, you can, obviously. Okay, that's screwed up. No! Damn, I had to jump early because of that guy. So, one of the other things you can do... hang on a second. This is another one of those levels that I know a lot of people used to be like, where the hell do I go on this level? This level really sucks if you don't have Leaf, the raccoon. Like, really, really sucks. And this is why. So we now need to grab... Damn it, Omni. What'd I tell you about being awesome? Huh. Oh, right, you can't do that with this. There we go. It's a little harder to do in Mario Bros. 3 than it is in some of the other ones. Which, when you do the run and then squinch down thing, which I'm about to do, replicate. There we go, made it. There you are. That's great, Ojunix. I still don't carry it. Not yet, at least. Yes, I know I'm only getting half the coins here. No, I don't care. I shouldn't have actually gone here anyways. Oh, thank you, Omni. I will look very shortly and get your message and be like, awesome. And I will be very thankful for it. I suppose I'm thankful anyways, so never mind. I am already thankful. Damn it, why is it doing that? Okay, that's one way to do it. Hey, Krasusa. Oop. Yeah, one of my fans donated for me to play Mario Bros. 3, and I figured this is a good time for it. Good game to make me frustrated as hell in preparation for Warcraft, which will be tomorrow. A game that I'm usually, you know, a lot better at. Now that I've said that, of course, I've cursed myself. I'm gonna suck completely. Alright, Omni, if you insist. Whenever I wake up, Ojunix. Pretty usual for the big weekend streams. Oh, I know where that is. I think I know where that is. Nope, I'm wrong. Alright, I don't feel like doing this small, because this one kind of sucks. Ba, 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 ba. Go! Oh, there we go. And of course that's going to be a lore run, just like the Kingdom Hearts thing, so spoilers abound, as I will discuss the entire Warcraft series, not just Warcraft 3 and the Frozen Throne. Tell you one thing though, I'm really looking forward to replaying Frozen Throne. I haven't replayed that in a long time. Wow. Some really good design and missions in there. And the big theory, which, well, let's just say it was probably proven correct, even though it hasn't actually been proven correct, but based on the circumstances, I was probably right. And I'm not saying that to sound egotistical or anything, I'm just saying I probably was right based on what we've learned since then. I'm not going to say anything else. You'll have to watch the stream to get it. Ah, damn, didn't make it. Meanwhile, Lateralis is playing Rocksmith. Fun fact, you can actually kill these guys with fireballs. It's generally considered harder to do so. And so most people just bounce on their head 3 times. There's a way to trick it to go really fast. I'm not good at doing that. Only briefly, Diego. I hated every moment of it, so I decided not to. And my phone's way over there. Well, Ojunix, Actually, that is funny, because that is why the Warcraft stream was delayed. It wasn't something that was donated for, it's just something people wanted. But everything else I've been streaming has been donated for, like Kingdom Hearts 2, for example. And Mario Brothers 3. Oops, sorry about that. World... Oh shoot, I didn't even stop the timer. Anyways, I really didn't like the new Devil May Cry, and before anybody really crawls down my throat on it, I had some fairly basic reasons for it. A, I don't have any problem with reimagining a character, I just did not like the reimaginings. I thought they were vile, crude, vulgar, and completely missed any of the heart or core or whatever you want to call it of the original characters. B, I didn't like the gameplay at all. I felt it was too mundane, to put it simply. And C, I guess that's it actually, but disinteresting game. Oh, I'm sorry, no, C was the story, which was generally just kind of not bad per se, just nothing that really caught my interest. So, in other words, everything about it I didn't like. Yes, pizza exists in FF7 at least. Brigwin, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not, but I'm glad you got Hearthstone. I'd totally play against you, but I don't think you can actually set up a match with an individual like that. Shunk. Yes, I see. This is what I meant, by the way, about remembering the stages. I remembered that was there, and I remembered, you know, you could do that. I probably should have not been looking at that when I was trying to make the jump, but whatever. No, he hit me in the face. No. I shouldn't say that. He might actually kill me because of that. I liked the gameplay of Devil May Cry 3 the best. Whoops. I screwed it up. Now it's not going to be a star. Can you battle buddies in Hearthstone? I don't know. I know several people who are in Hearthstone, but I kind of stopped playing it. It didn't catch my interest as much as I was hoping it would. Ooh. And I'm glad you actually enjoyed your day, Brigwin. And hello, you-know-who. Hi. Here. Can you tell that it's even shorter now? You probably can't, because, you know, the stream quality and all that. Bum, 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 bum. This is another type of stage that was a huge technical accomplishment for the Mario Brothers. I know I keep banging on about that, but really, you gotta understand just how much effort and time went into this game. It was insane. They practically redefined video game programming with Mario Brothers 3. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I'm gonna be a little cautious here because I don't want to have that happen. You like how the Cheep committed suicide to make it so that I bounced off him at just the right angle so that the big Cheep could eat me? That's teamwork right there. That's not. I know that's not a big Cheep. That's actually Big Bertha. That's her name. Whoa! Remember, falling in the water is not necessarily death. It's just probably death. I am playing the SNES version, Diego. From Super Mario All-Stars and Mario World, which I believe I have set up correctly on my stream stuff. Yep, same spot and everything. Look at that. Mostly because this controller tends to work better with my SNES than with the NES, so shrug. I could have actually fired up the NES version. But again, shrug. Amnesia, a machine for pigs. The game that is really obvious with its subtleties. I didn't like Devil May Cry 4 all that much at all, to be honest with you. Now, that being said, Devil May Cry 4 has some of my favorite cutscenes in the Devil May Cry series, but all of them are Dante. Oh, I don't remember where it is here. There's a trick you can do. Third, I think? Let's try this. See if I can do the trick. Nope. There's a way you can, if you do it quickly enough, and you'll see it on the TAS, for example, if you ever see that, where you literally just exit the thing, go in the door, and then bam, you're at the end. Because technically, this is actually really funny, all of the doors on the bottom side actually lead to the same place, which is the end of the dungeon. All those doors lead to the same place. So it doesn't actually matter which one you go in, it just matters that you go in one of them. I don't remember the right one to go in. Let's see, let's try 4. I thought it was 3. Whoops. Nope. Let's grab another leaf while we're here. can't believe I don't remember the number. I used to have this memorized completely. That's also not it. That's just no, come back here. No, come back. Don't escape me. There is no escape. Alright. It's not 3, it's not 4, it's not 5. Let's try 6. It was 6. Okay, for future... I knew it was a multiple of 3. So fun fact, you can't actually progress up here. I'm not sure why. It's a bit of a coding error. But basically you can't actually go across the screen up. So if you fly up like that, you have to actually land and then go across. Now if you get to this point, and then there'll be like a delayed chop as you hit the loading for the boss AI, and then you can take off. But yeah. Let's go and get some more items. I mean, hell, I'm already doing terrible. I don't remember where anything is. Apparently I do remember where stuff is. Damn it. Oh well. Tell you what, Ajunix. If you give me $1 billion, I will let you play my Hearthstone. 1 billion. Exact change only, please. Where are you heading, Sean? If it's not too much to ask. If it is, never mind. So this jump is one of those jumps I always had the hardest time making happen. You gotta hit it in just the right angle. And all the Goombas have to be on. I'm gonna go ahead and try and make this jump happen. It's not the fly jump. Nope, see, I didn't make it. Oh well. Now, this is one of the infinite HP, infinite one-up sections of the game, right here. I'm not going to be doing it, obviously. There's another one that's much more profitable in World 5, I want to say? It doesn't matter. Well, you have fun, Sean. Yes, KJ hasn't been on my streams lately. I don't think she likes watching me stream, which I can't blame her for. I mean, who would? I mean, seriously. Now, if I do this right, I can skip World 7 completely, which is the idea. I can only do that because I screwed up, though, ironically. Now, this is this is an auto-scroller. I always knew you were a lurker. So, another interesting thing about the coding of this game, back in the Mario 3 era, or that is to say, you know, the NES era, you see those donut blocks? You know, you stand on them for a bit, and then, you know, they fall. What actually is fascinating about the way they did this is those blocks are actually part of the background, just like all of the blocks are. And as you're... Whoops, I can't believe that happened. As you're standing on them, and it does the vibrating thing, what that vibrating is actually doing in a coding sense is rendering them into the present... into the foreground, you know, with Mario and the rest of it. And then it actually removes the old sprite in the background as the new sprite takes over and makes you fall. It's actually really well done. I'm sorry I keep banging on about this, but Mario Bros. 3 is a brilliantly coded game, and I just died. And they really did a lot of interesting tricks and secrets in order to try and make it work right. I can't believe I did that. Do I have a... We're gonna go ahead and try and do this. Let's see if this works. Oh god, this stage. This is another one of those stages I mentioned that was very... Damn it. Well, I just wasted that cloud for nothing. That sucks. Very technically difficult stage. I didn't mean to do that. Whatever. You see, Super Awesome KJ actually really hates watching my stream. Every time she watches it, she thinks, damn, why aren't I there streaming with him? And so she gets really insanely just inflamed with jealousy. Like, her whole skin turns green and everything, like she's the Hulk. It's fascinating. There's actually quite a bit, believe it or not, Caladrius. But basically... Here's the ironic situation. The Mario-verse has a degree of continuity, but not as much as you'd probably think. It's not like the Zeldaverse, okay? The Zeldaverse is not like, the Zeldaverse is one coherent continuity, right? We know this. The Marioverse is more like 5-ish, I think? I'd have to think about the actual numbers, but there are multiple, is the point here. There's the Mario RPGs, which all share the same continuity. Yes, even the Mario and Luigi's and the Paper Marios. I did it again! That frickin' thing psychs me out every time. Oh my god. And that's the problem, it psychs me out, and I don't commit to it like I should. I'm such an idiot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sucking tonight. Actually, I'm on going on like 4 hours of sleep here, and I had a really, really rough yesterday. Got a lot done, but that's part of why I'm sucking today. So, where the hell was I? Oh, okay, so there's the Mario RPG continuity. The Mario and Luigi series and the Paper Marios all share the same continuity. They're all congruent. They're all within the same setting, right? Then there's the primary Marios, which it's actually debatable which games count as a primary Mario. But for example, we do know for absolute certainty that Mario Brothers 1 is not a part of it, believe it or not. Mario Brothers 2 is, which is really funny if you think about it for a moment. Mario Brothers 3 is, Super Mario World is, and so are several of the others, like Mario 64 is, Mario Sunshine is, Mario Galaxy is, etc., etc., etc. It's basically what you would consider all the main ones, but there are some weird exceptions. Like I said, Mario Brothers 1 is actually not a part of that continuity. And then there's the so-called Gaiden games. The Gaiden games are the ones that are exactly what it sounds like. It's a Mario game, but it doesn't exist within the proper continuity. Whoop. There we go. God. So simple. I can't believe I screwed that up twice. Mario 1 is a good example of a Gaiden game. And actually, if you think about it with a retrospective perspective, if you think about it retrospectively, it does actually make sense too, because Mario 1 is like a microcosm. God, I can't believe I suck this badly. I'm sorry, guys. Mario 1 is it's almost an oddity amongst the Mario games. It doesn't contain lots of the elements of the Mario series are not present. You know, it's like Mega Man 1. This is actually true for a lot of series, where many of the major elements of the series weren't introduced until later games in the series. So Mario 1 has several different elements. And it also has a great deal of a feel of a self-completed story, the one that doesn't need sequels or prequels or anything, if you know what I mean. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad you're having fun, Breakwin. God, that actually gave me a bit of a headache. I smacked my head really hard earlier. Damn it. Other Gaiden games. I know there was another one I was going to bring up, and I can't actually remember what it is now. No, whatever. Mario Galaxy 2 is actually a Gaiden game, despite everything. It has nothing to do with Mario Galaxy 1 or the entire rest of the series at all. See you around, KJ. Super awesome, KJ. I can't remember any others. Oh my god! Okay, I'm losing focus. I'm really losing focus here. So, I've talked before about the frustration factor. One of the things that I know Mario Brothers 3 does really, really well, whether this is a good thing or a bad thing is probably dependent on your opinion, is frustration factor. And if you don't know what I mean, the idea is the game isn't actually that difficult when it comes down to it. And yes, I'm saying that even despite the fact that I'm sucking at it, because it's not really designed to be that challenging except for the last few levels, which admittedly are designed to be very challenging. World 8 is pretty brutal. I'm gonna get hit. I'm just gonna accept it. But other than that, it's not really designed to be. But the point is, it's really easy to get frustrated. And when you get frustrated in a game like this, you get flustered. And the more flustered you are, the more you screw up. And the more you screw up, the more you get frustrated. And I think you get where this is going. And so it's just interesting to me because Mario 3 is probably one of the worst games of that for me. Yes, I did just kill Big Bertha up on the roof there, and yes, I did it on purpose. I'm not going to do it again, because it's possible for her to eat you while you're up there. Yes, Foul Spice, you would be very rich. Anyways, in response to Jiramoto's question, Mario Land, most of the Mario Lands are a completely separate continuity. The only one that has anything to do with anything is the one that introduced Wario, which I believe was 2. And that actually is part of what I generally refer to as the Wario continuity, which is pretty obvious when you come down to it. I only have 2 lives left. I'm going to go and take out this fortress, just in case. But first I'm going to grab this one. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, bum, bum. Did I get it? Yes! There's a second pattern you can do, and it has to do with the timing of the music, but it only works for the first loop of the music. The music's like dun 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 dun, that thing. If you do it dun 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 on those 3 beats right there, you almost always get a 1-up like I just did. Yes, Bowman. This is the one on the SNES. Hey, Ojunix. Stop hugging my KJ. You wouldn't like me when I'm jealously enraged. Actually, I guess that's kind of true for most people, isn't it? Anyways, other Mario games that have their own continuity, because I know there's a couple others that have their own continuity that isn't just the game by itself. I'm trying to think of them. Yoshi's Island is part of the main game, by the way, despite everything. In fact, actually, that's one of the reasons put simply, Yoshi's Island is actually the proper prequel and origination of the Mario Brothers, as far as the primary continuity. The next game within that series would actually be this one. Sorry, Kay. She's taken. Anyways, but Super Mario Bros. 2 may or may not happen before or after 3, but it is often considered acceptable that Mario Bros. 2 happens after 3. 3 is best described as the first real Mario Brothers, if you know what I mean. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to show you the infinite lives trick. I don't actually need them that much, but hey, why not? And I don't mind demonstrating. It's right here. Damn it, I screwed it up. Hang on a second. Let me go get the Koopa again. It's a little harder to set up than it looks, because you got to get this Koopa, and the Koopas come back if you don't deal with them after a while, and you can lose it like I just did, which I did not mean to do. Hey, Rondo. What is up? Damn it. Okay, well, I'm just going to show you it. I apologize for completely screwing it up. I probably should. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and die real quick. I really want to show you this infinite lives trick, because I know a lot of people don't actually know about this one, and this is my personal favorite infinite lives trick in Mario Bros. 3. So I'm going to go ahead and make a point of showing you this. I'm not too worried, Kay. I'm pretty sure I could take these guys in a fight. Especially Omni over there. I mean, he doesn't even like FF4. Okay, I didn't... Yeah, hang on. This is such a pain to set up, because if you lose this guy, you basically should just die like I just did. But if we get over here in time... Oh, god damn it. Now, there's another Koopa you can pick up, but there's no point in doing it. Sorry, Kay, I don't subscribe to rampant paranoia. I already don't trust everyone to begin with. Okay, I've only got 2 lives left to pull this off, so I actually need the infinite lives now, so we're just gonna go and do it. Oh my god, come on, Arsh, wake up. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead and cheat just a little bit, because this isn't a true run, and I really want to show you guys this trick. So we're gonna just be on the right page, and we're gonna set up a save state right there. Oh god, I'm twitchy as hell right now. I don't know if anybody else has this problem. I have a thing where when I get really tired, I get shaky, but I'm not actually shaky, if that makes any damn sense at all. I screwed it up. See, what you have to do is you have to get the shell bouncing, but you have to get to here quickly, because otherwise the shell will be despawned by going too far to the right, as it just did. I'm going to get this to work. I swear to God. And you don't want to take out that thing first. Okay, there we go. We're good, we're good. I finally did it. There you go, guys. Infinite lives. I know it's a bit of a pain to set up, but once it's set up, it is guaranteed, and you'll get quite a few lives in the time that's left. So, for anybody who actually has trouble with this game, World 3, Level 9 is where this is at. Good spot for it. Oh, I know, third. God. Back when I was really playing Unreal Tournament competitively, the nights when I would get this tired were just terrible for me, because I would be like, and I just couldn't shoot a guy even though he was 5 feet in front of me. So Rondo, do you mind if I share with you guys a story about Mario Brothers 3? I actually have a couple stories about this game, if you're okay with me sharing this. If you're not, you know, you can just tell me that, Arshian guy, I hate your guts, they're puny and they're black, and I want to rip your soul out and shove it through the soul grinder in Ice Crown and cause it to come back as like a Goomba or something. That's okay, you can be honest with me, I don't mind, I really don't. Oh. Oh, god dang it. Really? Alright. Super Mario Bros. I've told you guys before that I'm one of those people who puts a lot of symbolism and significance into things. I've shown you Final Fantasy VI, right? The specific cartridge I actually showed you on stream, the one that Nobuo Uematsu signed. That was the specific one that I actually acquired that helped bring me out of my depression when I moved to Topeka, you know, over 2 decades ago, right? That specific cartridge, that specific game has a lot of significance to me, ignoring the fact that it's a great game. You follow me? And I could name other examples, but I'm just telling you that one because I know I've already told you that example. So, Mario Brothers 3 has special significance to me. I still have my original copy. I'm not going to go dig it out. It's actually in storage, stasis, as I like to call it right now. I'm just going to let this go for a bit. But the reason why is because this is the first item that I ever purchased myself. I played Mario Brothers 1, Mario Brothers 2, Mega Man 2, you know, all those old NES games. I played them ad infinitum, but they were all gifts from my grandparents who were very wealthy. They're actually millionaires even to this day. You know, or from my mother, or from my dad, or, you know, whoever, right? I had a huge family, and I traveled all the time. I used to fly like 10, 20 times a year. That's not an exaggeration, by the way. So all this stuff was given to me, but I never actually earned any of it myself. When Mario Brothers 3 was announced as coming out, I was super psyched about this. I was so excited about it. It looked incredible. It looked fun. You know, the Nintendo Power thing was going on where they came out with that strategy guide. And by the way, yes, I still have that strategy guide that Nintendo Power pushed out for Mario Brothers 3. Now, that was a strategy guide. Holy moly. Back then, strategy guides were really strategy guides. That's all I'm going to say about that. And I really wanted this game, and so I decided I was going to go ahead and earn it myself. So what I did, and you can feel free to make fun of me, I decided to make money by making bookmarks. Oh yeah, you're right. Thank you, Caladrius. Just to make sure that I don't lose that. I decided to go ahead and make money by making bookmarks. I sat down and purchased a large amount of cardboard for, you know, a couple bucks. In fact, I don't think it was even that much. And sent down, cut them all out manually, dyed to the bomb manually. You know, went all the way... I still have the Ninja Gaiden 2 one as well, by the way. Went through the whole thing, and I drew on them. I wasn't as good of an artist then as I am now, or indeed as I was when I was really at my best, which was back when I was really practicing it all the time, which would have been college, in case anyone's wondering. But I've always been kind of an aspiring artist, and I've always been practicing my art ever since I was very young. So I really went out of my way to try and make these bookmarks unique, and I made every single one just a little bit different from the others. And I went to in front of the giant library. Back then libraries are a lot bigger of a thing than they are nowadays, and started selling those bookmarks for 5 cents a piece. Now I want you to try and consider for a moment that I managed to whoops, I should have gone low. I actually managed to afford to purchase Super Mario Bros. 3 on my own with a giant jar of nickels that I earned in front of that library, selling those bookmarks. And try to think about how many bookmarks that was and how many days that took me of sitting out there pretty much all day, just sitting out there after school, before school, during the lunch break. Sometimes I'd just take off from school because I already knew that stuff anyways. And I actually earned up enough money selling those stupid bookmarks to purchase Super Mario Bros. All by myself. And when I finally earned up the money, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was so enthused. But Dad was working an extra long shift at the time and couldn't actually take me to the, I don't even remember the name of the store where they were selling it. So I actually got up and walked about 3 hours through the city. This is in Carlsbad, for everybody who's current Carlsbad, California. 3 hours through the city to get to the mall, to whatever the game store was, to purchase it. And I go up there with my jar of nickels, and it was $40, by the way. And I just, to this day, I'll never forget the expression on the person's face. It was a lady, and she was a relatively young woman, and she just looks at me really weird, and she's like, "Did you make this happen yourself?" And I was like, "Yep." And I was so proud of myself for actually having earned the right to play this game. And I played the hell out of this game. I loved this game. Hell, who am I kidding? I still love this game. Even with all this, and that's something I really want to stress, because it's really the mark of a truly good game, where even though when you suck at it, you're still enjoying yourself, you know? Even when you screw up and you die over and over because you're an idiot, like I'm doing right now, I still love this game. Oh. I'm sorry, that's one of my fondest memories, as pathetic and corny as that probably sounds when I was young. You know, I often say how much video games have shaped my life. That's a good example right there. I learned fiscal responsibility, working on this and paying for this game, this one I'm playing right now. Well, no, the NES version, not this NES version, but you get the point. Now this is one of the harder one of the bosses. I'd say the third hardest, because those... Oh shoot, I screwed that up. Those little rings she tosses can be pretty mean, all things considered. Alright, now if anybody in chat would like to see me incredibly suffer, I will go ahead and try something that is very difficult to do, because there's a cool little thing that can happen if you do it right. Would anybody in chat like to see me suffer? You know, more than I'm already suffering, obviously. You don't get a vote, Caladrius. There we go. I used to be really good at that. I have a pretty decent memory for those kind of things. Oh no. Okay, okay, the bridge is open. Alright. We're gonna go and save state before this, just in case. Whoops. There we go. So, no, Rondo. I actually sold 100% of them. I stayed until I sold them all. I wasn't actually keeping track of the money. I ended up with something closer to $50-something, and I used the other 10 to buy an issue of Nintendo Power that I still have, actually. In fact, you know what? Hang on just a second. You mind if I share something else with you guys? No. Page down. There it is. I'll be right back. This is not the specific issue. Forgive me for not digging through all of them. But I still have all of the, hang on, let me pull up the thing so I can see what I'm doing. I still have all of these, all of my original Nintendo Powers. I had a subscription for a while, but most of these I just bought by myself. I have to be really careful with them. The material is not exactly that durable, and so it's kind of, as you can see, it's still kind of falling apart there. But, for example, you know, this is definitely one of the older ones, but there's one specific reason why I figured this would be a good one to pull up. Because this introduced me to a video game that had just come out. This specific issue introduced me to this game. You may have heard of this game. This was such an unknown thing at the time. And now here's the funny part. You're going to laugh at me, but this is actually true. When I very first saw Final Fantasy, it looked like a game I had no interest in. This exact issue right here, and their little write-up of the story was actually what convinced me to pick it up. And I still have that copy of FF for that matter. And when I say that, it's worth noting that this actually expounds upon the story, or rather makes up or adds to the story, however you want to think of that, more than the game itself did. And that's what sold me on it. It's like, you know, talk about in Promise to the Light Warriors, the king builds this bridge to maintain to the mainland, and once there they realize they have fully begun their journey to seek out Matoya and her broom, and blah 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 blah. And there's all these little artwork things that they'd done, you know, that were just for this. It sold me on it. And this is why I bought Final Fantasy. I got a lot of stories like this from back in the day. This is nostalgia for me. This is looking back and thinking, ah, oh, man, I remember that. I remember that, and I remember that. For example, how many of you remember Howard and Nestor? Like I said, I figured this would be a good one to pull up. And where is it? Is it in this one? It might not be in this one. They had a bunch of little sections in Nintendo Power. I missed Nintendo Power, back when it was good. Oh, actually, no, this one is significant for a second reason. This was the advert for the Super Mario Bros. 3 guide, which is this thing right here, for when it was coming out. And this is what showed me that it was going to be coming out and really wanted me to purchase it. I actually have a different cover than the one listed here. But, that's what really sold me on that, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait to have that. Let's go ahead and carefully put that away. Alright, enough nostalgia. Let's get back to Mario Bros. 3. Physical copies of 2, 3, and 5. Yes, but not the ways you're thinking of, Diego. I don't have the Japanese copies. I have the translated versions. Alright, so, I promised you guys I would suffer miserably. And suffer miserably I shall. Okay, don't even joke about that, Pax. Don't even joke about that. That's going over there now, just in case. So, for those of you who don't know, if you beat the airships with any of the 3 special suits, you get an actual different cutscene as a result of it. This is without question the hardest one to do. Beating this level, okay, and that's part of why. Beating the level, I probably shouldn't have been alt-tabbing a bunch. Beating an airship level, any airship level, with the frog suit is actually a lot harder to do than it sounds, because the frog suit is garbage on land. Whoops, let's unpause that. So we're going to try this, but we are probably going to fail, to be a little bit honest with you. I'm going to be... In speedrun terms, this is what you would call serious time, and I just screwed it up. Damn. Oh well. Sorry, guys. If you beat it with the frog suit, he says, oh my goodness, you've been transformed as well, because, you know, all the kings have been transformed. So he says, here, let me change you back with my magic wand. If you beat it with the Tanuki suit... actually, I don't remember what he says if you beat it with the Tanuki suit. And the third one is the Hammer Brothers suit. And he says something really weird. It's very Japanese humor. He basically says, hey, cool threads, can I try them on? No dice? What a drag. Yes, I remember that word for word, because I'm pathetic. Oh, wow, I can't believe I fell for that. And she's going to shoot at a third one, and then we're going to... Oh, shoot. Okay, oh god, got her. That was a little close. Poocha. Oh, that's a world end right there. That was close. I actually thought I was going to die there. Another fun fact, if you actually... you can only do it if on certain levels, or if you have the P-Wing, or if you have a speed. But if you get the wand as it's dropping, literally as it spawns, which is actually above the screen, you'll basically warp straight down, and it'll skip that whole falling cutscene. Like, it won't skip it, I'm sorry, I'm saying that improperly, but it'll go much quicker. Yeah, exactly, Rondo. World 4. Now, this is actually one of my favorite worlds, and partially because it's the most skipped world. All of the whistles you can get are in World 1 and World 2. Actually, I guess there's one in World 3, isn't there? Well, whatever. But the point is that it's the most skipped level, most skipped world, excuse me, of all the worlds in Mario Bros. 3. And regardless of that, I've always found a certain enjoyment for this because, again, they bothered to have these art assets for these giant creatures and different meshes and different AI scripts for them, just for this one world. It was very Nintendo at the time, who really had a huge thing for pushing the limit of what you could do, basically. And this game just, oh my god, I love this game. And so this whole world has some really fun levels for me, and I really like the giant version of everyone. To this day, I keep waiting for the Sledge Brothers to come back in a Mario game. You know, we see so many characters come back from previous Mario's games into more recent Mario games. I keep waiting for the Sledge Brothers to come back. If anybody's seen the Sledge Brothers in something more recently, please, you know, mention something so I know about it. Because I might have missed one, and that would make me sad. Ah, not there. My bad. Another fun fact, most people consider this to be the best Mario game. I don't actually agree, to be completely honest with you. But in most, you know, best of whatever lists, Mario Bros. 3 tends to top the list for the Mario Bros. Series. Another strong contender is usually Mario World, which is probably the best level design I've ever seen in my life, even to this day, and I mean that sincerely. But I'm not going to bore you about Mario World right now, because I'm playing Mario 3. Come on. But, oh, I know, the Sledge Bros. I used to have a whole strategy for dealing with one of the worlds here, about... excuse me. About dealing with the Sledge Bros. It's like... It's actually this one, isn't it? I used to have this whole strategy for dealing with these guys. It's really funny, because they're actually not a threat. As you can see. You can just go right over them. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, if you're talking about the one that was on the Game Boy Advance, I believe? Or was that the DS? I actually don't remember. It's the one where it's a bunch of puzzle games, right? Is that what you're talking about, Diego? Oh, and by the way, Foul Spice, sorry about ignoring your question, but yes, Kite She, that is to say, Kate Sith, because, you know, that's what I'm going to pronounce it as forevermore, was in fact in... Advent Children, very briefly. Like, I can't believe I did that. Oh, okay, that's why I was getting it confused, Ojunix. I'm not sure which one I played. I'm pretty sure it was the DS one. But I do know what you're talking about. Well, I almost did that trick properly. I was trying to show you another trick where if you hit them at just the right angle, you can kill them. And I did it. I just then hit his hammer on my way out. Let's see if I can try it again. Nope. Oh, he jumped. I didn't want him to jump. At least I've got the lives to throw away now. Come on. Screw it. Let's just go. Let's just go. It's kind of a shame how many Game Boy Advance games are so expensive to get a hold of a physical copy of nowadays, because, you know, most Game Boy Advance games only saw a limited print run, and they just don't produce them anymore, and most of them have just become collector's items because of what incredible games they were, all things considered. Perfect example, Final Fantasy VI Advance is like, what, $60 right now? Something like that? Actually, I think it's higher than that last I checked, but whatever. Point is, it's expensive. And it's such a pity, all things considered. Ah, yeah, that nearly killed me, but I was ready for it. Yeah, Kate Sith had such... Kate Sith, Sid, Barrett, they all had such ridiculously pointless cameos in Advent Children. It actually bothered me a little bit. But whatever. At least Reeve was in Dirge of Cerberus. Best part of Dirge of Cerberus, in my opinion, was Reeve. Damn it. You want to get a higher angle on that. Well, I would be cool with it, Ojunix, because I don't have the ability to stream the GBA, and also I already own all those games. I got lucky. I bought the Game Boy Advance was in its heyday when I was pretty flush for cash. I had a pretty decent job at the time. I had tons of disposable income, so I had no problems affording those games. You know what I mean? You gonna jump? No, of course you're not. You're just gonna throw hammers and be a dick. Whatever. Let's keep going. Here's another enemy that's never come back. The Potobos, or not Potobos, what are those called? I actually don't remember. And is it the third one? Yep, third one. Now, Thwomps have come back. Fun fact, those guys, Drybones, Boos, Thwomps, all saw their start here in this game. Okay, that sucked. No, they have a name, Ojunix. It's in the strategy guide, but I'd have to go into the room, the guest room where someone's sleeping right now in order to find that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do that first time. In case anyone was wondering. Hotfoots! That's what they're called, Hotfoots. Hotfoots are another thing that hasn't come back. I'm gonna go ahead and blow a mushroom on this stage. Yeah, Game Boy Advance games were never that expensive. They were about 30 bucks. But like I said, I just bought tons of them. I still have tons of Game Boy Advance games. I have some Game Boy Advance games I don't even like that much because I actually had the availability, the freedom to purchase, you know, bad games. And that sounds like such a weird thing to say. But most people don't think about what a freedom that is because, speaking as someone who is now poor, and who has been poor for about the last year or so, due to medical issues, when you go to purchase a game when you have this little money, any given game has to be researched and studied, and it has to really justify its existence, and it can't just be good, it has to be long-term, it has to be a first system you already have, you know, there's so much that goes into getting a new game. It's so different from when you have the disposable income to just kind of fling it out the window and say, well, you know, I feel like trying this, it's only 20 bucks. Such a different mindset, you know? I can't believe I did that. I almost pulled off the trick. There's a shortcut in this level that basically requires the frog suit to do, but I'm going to try the trick to do it improperly. Nope, hang on, I got the wrong angle. There is a trick to get this to work. Give me just a moment. Almost. Hang on. I need the momentum. Give me just a moment. This is really hard to do without the frog suit. Ooh, wrong angle. Yeah, Spike at least has come back. Spike is in the Mario RPG series. Most of the enemies in Mario series come back at some point or another. Ah, damn. Okay, I'm gonna give up. You can skip by there if you have the right angle, which I just keep screwing up. Yeah, exactly, Ojunix. That's one of the reasons I've been so against the idea of increasing the prices of games, because it just emphasizes that mentality. Even if I was flush with cash right now, even if I was doing much better financially, an $80 game, I would have to really think about that. Like, a lot. I just got a message that completely covered my entire screen. Oh god. There we go. Okay, we're good. You know what I mean? Hang on just a second. Of course there was, Omni. NES games used to be 50 to 40, depending on, as we already mentioned. In fact, Mario Brothers 3 was 40 bucks new. There you go. Bam. SNES games used to vary in price, but there were quite a few that were in the 40 to 50 range. There was no standard. That's another interesting thing. Nowadays, all the video game prices are basically standardized, which I find fascinating, because they didn't used to be that way. Back in the day, it used to be just, you know, this company will, this publisher will publish it at this price because of these circumstances, you know. But nowadays, everything is just standardized. It's always at the 60 line, or if it happens to be, you know, an expansion or whatever, it's at the 30 line. I just screwed that up completely. And nowadays, and you know, it's moving up to the 70 now, and now it's going to be the 80 with EA's things and so forth and so on. It's just silly. There we go. Most console, the most expensive games? I'm pretty sure we're at... Well, okay, that's a total lie. There was a console most people have never heard of called the Neo Geo. That was pretty much as expensive as it got. The Neo Geo's games were ludicrously expensive. Even not just for... no matter how you think of it. For the day, for now, it was pretty bad. There were a couple other ones that most people hardly ever even remember. It's another one of those fascinating things, you know, you think about the first generation of games and people think, well, not first generation, but, you know, the NES generation. People think the NES, and that's basically it. Maybe the Atari, if they're feeling generous. In the next generation, everyone thinks of the Sega Genesis and the SNES, right? And then the next generation, everyone thinks of the PlayStation, the N64, the Dreamcast, right? The reason I'm bringing this up is there are actually quite a few consoles that used to come out, especially in the generations I just mentioned era. And most of them were garbage, and that's probably why you've never heard of them. Whoops, I just screwed that up completely. And so, you know, the Jaguar, that's another excellent example of a terrible system that had really bad availability and whatnot. And really high-priced games. There were quite a few back then. TurboGrafx-16, another excellent example of that. I actually wanted to get a TurboGrafx-16 for a while, but the problem was there was like one game for it that I wanted. It was one of the Bonk games. I don't even remember which one. And it was just, yeah, no thank you. Long story short, I always find it interesting to think about video game history, considering you know, where we've been, where we're going, and the fact that this is going to be a hard jump. Okay, didn't make it. Sega 32X, and of course the Sega CD. They had that, is it the Master System? Is that what it was called? There was one of the Sega units that was, basically like you stacked it on top of something else that you stacked on top of something else. How the hell do I make that jump? And so forth and so on. And, the end result was a console that was, I kid you not, like 2 feet tall because of all the stuff that was stacked on it. Pax knows what I'm talking about, even if he can't remember it right now. Was that the 32X? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and... Okay, we're just gonna go for it! Oh, there we go. Made it. Yeah. Fortunately, I remember that was there. By the way, Mirror's Edge is another game that was donated for that I do intend to stream, in case anyone's curious. I actually haven't played Mirror's Edge myself. It was one of those games that looked interesting, but not interesting enough to pick up. And, to put it a little bluntly, I didn't think from a developing side that they handled the first-person jumping platforming as well as Metroid Prime did. But I was certainly willing to give it a shot. I mean, I have nothing against it, and again, someone donated for it, so I will be playing that on the stream at some point in the future, once I get through my backlog, which is getting pretty big at this point. I love these pipe levels, by the way. This is another little wonderful thing that Mario games in general have been pretty good at. Not pipe levels, but teaser levels. They'll do a little level like this to give you an idea of how the mechanics work, you know, these little platforms and the pipes and getting around like that. And then when we get to World 7, we'll see a whole lot more of that sort of thing. And as a reward, we get 3-ups. Oop. Yes, the oh yeah. I know it's supposed to be pronounced oh yeah. I don't care. It's a piece of junk. I'm sorry. The oh yeah is a piece of junk, and I spit on it. Damn it. Didn't jump quick enough. Let's go ahead and walk into this with a mushroom. But yeah, the oh yeah. God, I hate that pile of garbage. It's pretty new. It's basically, if I were to describe it in a nutshell, I would say it's... God, you know, I can't actually come up with a good way to describe it in a positive manner. I'm sure there is a way, I just can't think of one. Yeah, K-On, that is exactly what it is. You're right, it's a smartphone with a gamepad. And a slightly different library. Ah, damn it. Oh, I do too, K-On. Or, sorry, Rondo. Your names are both purple. What do you want from me? Yeah, it's just... It's so superfluous. Now, okay, I'm actually kind of against smartphone games in general, but when I say that, I have to always add to my statement that I don't have anything against smartphone games themselves. Yes, I know that sounds contradictory, just bear with me here. What I mean by that is I really hate the fact that developers have been ignoring making normal console games in favor of making smartphone games. You know? And I can understand why. The cost profit ratio is actually quite significant for a phone game, right? But I want my games, you know? I want a game I actually enjoy, not a frickin' Flash game I play for 3 minutes and then put down again because I'm already bored with it. And then, of course, there's the fact that they keep trying to put real games... I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. That's prejudiced. They keep trying to put more games instead of Flash games on the on smartphones. And then... I hate to break this to you guys, but playing a game which requires reactions and timing and instinct and all that stuff on a thing that has the worst user interface in the known universe... okay, second worst user interface, I forgot the Kinect, is terrible. I actually tried to play, what was it? There was a racing game. Yeah, I can't stand touchscreens for that kind of thing. It works in the DS, but that is different, and the DS almost never does that for its whole thing. But for example, there was this racing game that you played with the touchscreen, and it was a real game. It was a racing game, normal game, but it was the most horrifyingly difficult racing game I've ever played in my life. I'm pretty good at racing games. I don't know if you guys know this or not. And I sucked at that game because I couldn't control it for the life of me, because it's like, okay, you have to do this kind of a thing to turn left, this kind of a thing to turn right, and you have to be doing this constantly to speed up, and just all that kind of thing. It was terrible. You say that, Omni. Ask Pax, who's been winning a lot of our races lately. That's all I'm going to say about that. Although, in fairness, Pax is also a really good racer. He and I have also been trading wins a lot lately. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across here is that the touchscreen does not work for anything other than that basic Flash type of game. That's why the first games developed for the phones were Flash games. That's because it was the right thing, it was the correct move to make for that particular system. It made sense. Making a quote-unquote real game on that system makes no sense. It'd be like putting Secret of Mana on the phone, or Final Fantasy VI, or Dragon Quest VIII. God, I hate Square Enix. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys have heard about this. There was a big thing they said recently about how they will not put FF7 on the phone because it's too big. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Dragon Quest VIII is coming out on the phone. Dragon Quest VIII, for those of you who are not aware, is a PlayStation 2 game. Final Fantasy VII, for those of you who are not aware, is a PlayStation 1 game. I'm pretty sure that's all I need to say. Now, I know some people are going to bring up the obvious point. There is an obvious counterpoint here. It's the fact that FF7 has a lot of CGI cutscenes. However, that point completely falls on its face when you consider that those are compressed to hell and back, and actually really easy to just slap a Bionic codec on and be done with. But no. FF7's too big. Let's just put this PlayStation 2 game on the phone instead. Idiocy. Sorry. I swear every time I get on this stream I have something else to complain about with regards to Square Enix. Anyways, those airships are actually powered by the souls of people named Falspice. So I'm gonna need your soul really quick to power the airship. And I don't either, Yachiman. I know you said that a little bit ago, not understanding people spending hundreds on smartphones, but ugh. And yes, that guy was Donkey Kong Jr., for anybody who missed it. This is one of my other favorite worlds, even though it contains the single most difficult level in the game for me. I bet you most people who've played this game know exactly what level... Oh, by the way, Chain Chomps! Anyone who is wondering, this is where Chain Chomps started. Right here on this level. It's the first time we ever saw him. Talk about nostalgia. Holy moly. So anyways, I bet some people can actually guess which specific level in this world was the most difficult one for me. No, not the one that bugs. I'll go ahead and... there was a bug in the NES where if you went through the pipe at the end, and there were like 15 ways you can replicate this. You know, whether your frames were wrong, or you did it at the wrong time, or you had the wrong number of coins at the end, you would actually fall through the world and die. And there was basically nothing you could do about it. But I'm not talking about that one. In fact, I bet most people have never even heard of that bug. Unless you guys have heard about it, and then never mind. There it is. I knew it was one of those. Whee! Now, I don't actually own a smartphone. I have a use for one, but it's such a minor, non-priority use that I just don't bother for the most part. And I sincerely doubt I will ever own a smartphone, at least until it gets to the point where I have no use on it. Whoops, I just screwed this level up completely. Oh well, let's go ahead and kill this guy. Come back. Come back. Okay, so, favorite Mario game. That's actually really a tough one, because I love a lot of the Mario games, but if I really had to put money down, I was saying my absolute favorite of all time, it would be a close tie between Mario Galaxy 2, this one, honestly, is at least in the running, Mario World, and the one that I would probably be most inclined to give it to, and you're probably going to hate me for this, is actually... I can't believe I did that. Yoshi's Island. Super Mario World 2. Yoshi's Island is probably my favorite. That's another game that just completely raised the bar another level, and did all sorts of stuff on the SNES that most people hadn't even thought was possible. Completely, beautifully utilized the Mode 7. Alright, let's see if I can do this properly. There's a way to basically skip this level, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Oh, damn it. Chain Chomp Pit? You damn right I did. In fact, you've seen Chomp on the stream more than once. As far as Land Before Time, I remember watching the Land Before Time, the first one, but I gotta be completely honest with you, and I'm not evil. All I really remember from it... Damn it, I screwed up. All I remember from it is, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, whose name I can't even remember. He was awesome. Mode 7 was something that they invented for the SNES that was basically the closest thing to 3D that existed in that era, as far as technological progression. Sharptooth, that was his name. I like how many people knew that immediately. And yeah, they used Mode 7 in a number of games. In fact, they used it in Final Fantasy VI, for that matter. But it's one of those things that they used in a number of different ways. The most obvious way was simply to have this 3D, quote-unquote, overworld, like they did in FF6, for example. But in Yoshi's Island, they did all sorts of stuff. I can't even describe it. If you've played Yoshi's Island, you know exactly what I mean. Yes, Valspice, except for the one that Sid develops in Advent Children, which is actually powered by coal. Go figure. Yes, Tanuki. By the way, I actually agree, Topaz, with the idea of making if they did it properly. Let's just put it bluntly. If they did smartphone gaming properly and actually had, you know, a gamepad you could plug into it, or a USB thing for saves or whatever. I'm sorry, not for saves, but for the games, and could actually put a whole proper game into it. That would be awesome, to put it simply. Damn it, I screwed up. Damn it. There we go. Unfortunately, I think I screwed this up completely. I don't think I'm gonna get This one. Nope, I'm not gonna get it. Sorry, guys. I didn't get the skip. I can't believe I still remember all this stuff. A 2D version of Dissidia? No. I think Dissidia is fantastic, and I would not want to see it taken away from. I mean that sincerely. I think Dissidia is an absolutely amazing game. And Kay brings up another point. People who are gamers, whether they're gamers like I use the term, or gamers like, you know, other people use the term, virtually no matter what definition you use of the word gamers, most gamers don't want to play games on the phone. They want to play Flash games on the phone occasionally. Actually, I don't know anybody like that off the top of my head, to be honest with you. Of all the friends I have that are gamers, none of them are actually interested in phone games. But the point is, we all want to play games like this. We want to sit down with a controller and relax and be like, oh yeah, and enjoy our game. Or maybe we want to have a handheld and sit there with that. Or maybe we want to, you know, have... Well, that's basically it. Those two things pretty much cover it. So a phone is just... Yeah, Keon, exactly right. And it's not like we don't have really nice portable things. The portable market is doing really well, and let's face it, Nintendo's been doing great as far as their portables. The 3DS had such a lackluster and pathetic launch, but they fixed it almost immediately. Props to Nintendo, by the way, for actually fixing that debacle. I actually thought that I would never pick up a 3DS when it first came out because of how bad its launch was. But then they actually fixed it, started making good games for it, started making great games for it, lowered the price by quite a huge chunk. You know, they did all sorts of stuff to make the 3DS actually appealing. So then I bought one, and hey, I haven't regretted it at all. This is another one of my favorite levels, by the way. This is just a really cool thing that you didn't really see back then. Because you start off in this fortress, and then you go into this cloud area, and then we're just going to be going up and up and up as we go up to the skyline. It's a nice little thing. Nowadays, this kind of thing would be boring, you know, the idea of climbing a tower level. But a tower level in Mario in the NES era, especially on a Mario game, was basically unheard of. That's one of the reasons I like it. Fun fact, those little orbule things, those lamp things, it's the only place those are at in the entire game. Now, to answer a few questions here, because I just missed a couple here. Mario Land, Super Mario Land, is that the one with the alien dude and Daisy? Am I saying that correctly? Is that right? While I wait for the answer to that. Angry Birds can go screw itself. I think Angry Birds is one of the most deplorably pathetic examples of gaming I've seen since... It's the second worst. It is the second worst example of gaming I've ever seen in my life, and I mean this sincerely. I'm not being hyperbolic. Angry Birds is A, a clone of about 50 other Flash games, most of which were done better, B, pathetic in its level of selling out, and C, has Star Wars slapped on it. Enough said. The first is all... Anybody can guess the first. Anybody in this stream right now who's seen anything of mine can guess the first. So, fun fact, these ones don't stop spinning, so... It's a little interesting getting to this level sometimes. Nope, dead. So anyways, yeah, Keon, you know what I'm talking about. I actually used to play Crush the Castle, or whatever it was called. But, oh, I wanted to spit on it. I love you too, Beach Pilgrim. Listen, we should, like, marry and have tons of kids, okay? All the Bravest. You are correct, sir. All the Bravest is the worst example of gaming I've ever seen in my life. It is deplorable. It is disgusting. In real life terms, when I see... Okay, I'm very against slavery, okay? I know that sounds kind of weird to say that, but it's one of those things that I actually despise so deeply and personally that it bothers me, okay? All the Bravest hits me that badly. It is so disgusting. It is so despicable. It is so deplorable. It is so pathetic. It is so everything wrong with everything. I hesitated too much there. All the Bravest can go fuck itself. Hi, Bandit. What's up? Anyways, I screwed that up again. Damn it. Crush the Castle. Thank you, Kaon. It was something like that. I'm tired of this level. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I need to save that. I need to save that. Yeah, that's the... like I said, Omni, I actually bothered to analyze, to fully do my usual analysis of ATB. And I can say definitively that it is the worst example of gaming I've ever seen. Ugh. Anyways, I missed a couple questions. Super Mario Land, yes, I did actually like that game. I actually played it quite a lot. That and this game you guys probably have never heard of called Tetris. I played a lot on the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. A lot of fun. What was the other question? I feel like I've missed some questions amidst my ranting. Forgiveness, please. If anybody I didn't answer a question, please just repeat it so I could answer it. Oh, god damn it. No! Oh god, this is bad, this is bad. Recover, recover, recover. There we go. Whew. By the way, hi, Bandit. Let's go get some power-ups. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, they didn't get taken out, but they did get turned off, Foul Spice, and coal power became the next big thing, which is kind of ironic when you think about it, considering what a dirty energy source coal is. But, you know, I suppose it's better than souls. Just barely. Yep. Nope, didn't make it. Oh well, I can still recover. Yeah, that's true. Or by that's true, I mean, that's right. If you get a power-up, but you're small, you only get big. And there's my least favorite enemy in the game. Those frickin' chain chomp wannabe flame guys. Another enemy we've never seen again. Thank God. Oh, the Vita. That's right, Beach Pilgrim. Now, let me be absolutely clear about the Vita. The Vita is the kind of thing that I have absolutely no interest in whatsoever. It has literally nothing that can sell me on it, right? However, the reason why is very simple. Because I already own a PSP. And everything that appeals to me about the Vita is something that I could just get on the PlayStation store, excuse me, on the Vita, on the PSP. And so, there's no purpose in the Vita for me. It is also worth noting that Sony themselves have not supported the Vita as much as they needed to, and I think that's Sony's fault, and there just aren't enough exclusive titles on the Vita to gather my interest. In fact, to be completely honest with you, I'm not sure there are any that I actually care about. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. Ah, damn it. I'm not going to say it that way, Diego. I refuse. On penalty of death. Actually, I'm saying it, Vita on purpose. It's kind of an insult. I probably shouldn't. I'm being mean. But yeah, I just don't see anything positive about it personally. But again, to be fair, it's not really the Vita's fault. Or the Vita's fault, if you prefer. Frankly, the Vita sounds worse to me, as far as names go. That's just me. Why did your soul just die, Omni? This time. Hey, Dodongo. I missed... sorry, this chat's scrolling kind of fast right now. Oh, hey, there's a gold... I can't reach it. Oh, well. Hey, D. Cortez. Did you ever get your, award? You ever get your winnings, D. Cortez? Because if you didn't, you're doomed. See, Omni, you think I was being facetious. You think I was being excessive. You think I was exaggerating. You think I was, you know, speaking to the point of excess. But no. All the bravest, ATB is genuinely, literally, the worst gaming thing ever. Anyways, that ship is what happens... Oh my god, really? Come on, Arsh, wake up a little bit. No, I don't. Not off the top of my head, Diego. Although Sakaguchi didn't actually work on the Final Fantasy series proper from after 7. He advised on 7. In fact, the whole Eris thing was primarily his contribution. But he didn't really do much on FF8 at all. Go look it up, Ojunix, just like Omni did. And suffer, just like he did. I'm not even kidding. Go look it up, and you will understand why it is I speak so vehemently against it. It is disgusting. Sorry about missing your question, Bandit. I saw it as I was zipping by. Yes, I have actually played several of the Shin Megami Tensei games. Nocturne in specific, ironically. This is what the ship is. This, if you end a level with certain circumstances on certain worlds, I don't remember the specifics anymore, the Hammer Brothers turns into a coin ship. Anyways, let me guess, D. Cortez, you don't like Mario games. Because you like everything I don't, and vice versa. I gotta calm down. I'm so... Just thinking about that game pisses me off. That something like that can exist. It's a crime against nature. Anyways, okay, so... scroll up a bit on the chat. Oh, right, I forgot about that. By the way, there's Boomerang Bros at the end. And then they turn back into just bros once you finish the level. Which is fine, because, you know, that actually works in my favor in this case. Honestly, I couldn't possibly give a proper description of All the Bravest. I don't really want to talk about it again, so let's just move on from that, shall we? Caladrius, you are actually correct. The PlayStation was a Nintendo system being produced by people at Nintendo. The people who were working on it left and took a lot of their ideas with them to Sony, and thus the PlayStation was born. It's actually funny, by the way, not a lot of people know this, but the contingent point, the one reason why Nintendo felt like the PlayStation wouldn't work, is because it ran on CDs. They believed that cartridge games would... they believed that players would not be willing to tolerate the load times of CD games, that a cartridge game, which has virtually instantaneous load time, you know, even to this day, would be superior, and they felt that players wouldn't be willing to put up with that. That was the big point of contention. I'm really screwing up on this level. This isn't the worst level, by the way. We're not there yet. This is just a bit of a tricky level. And of course I keep doing it small, which isn't really helping out. Oh, I know, Rondo. Good design, actually. Here's a bunch of coins. Mario Sunshine is actually a great game, in my opinion. I really love Mario Sunshine, and I know that's an odd opinion, because I know a lot of people do not like Super Mario Sunshine. A lot of people think they were cheated out of a real Mario game with Sunshine. Ah, damn it. But I really liked the game. I really liked playing it. I really liked the level design. I really liked the thing, the water pack you got, the Flood, F-L-U-D-D. And I really enjoyed the way they made the game simultaneously light and silly and happy, which is one of the first Mario games to really do that, as weird as that sounds, but also made it incredibly difficult. Mario Sunshine is one of the most difficult Mario games I've ever played, personally. It's pretty brutal, especially if you're doing the 100% thing, which I have 100%ed Mario Sunshine once. I am very proud of that fact. I'm getting a little tired of this fortress, holy hell. Yes, I have actually played Radiant Historia. I own it, for that matter. And I really like the music on it, but then again, it's Yoko Shimomura, so of course I do. Damn it! Ah, I'm losing concentration. I could do that, D. Cortez, but someone actually donated for this one, D. Cortez, and I'm basically obligated to play the games that people donate for. By the way, speaking of which, someone donated another game for me to play, which a couple of you are already aware of, for those of you who have me on Steam. You may or may not have heard of it. It's called Ride to Hell Retribution, or Ride to Hell Redemption, or something like that. I don't remember, but it's Ride to Hell is the name of the game. For those of you who don't know what that means, I'm so sorry. I'm kind of envious of you. Now, I gotta be blunt. I have absolutely no interest in playing that game. Zero, zip, zilch. And even the person who gave it to me, which was Spirit, who's one of my best supporters and one of my best viewers, I'm very much disinclined to play that game because it is one of the worst games I've seen in a long time. Like, just apocalyptically bad, if you'll forgive me for quoting Yahtzee. That's a good quote for it, though, because it is just so bad. It defies definition. It's like, yeah, this is bad, but no, you don't understand. This is bad. It's like I was talking about over in Voyager. You know, you talk about a bad game, and then you talk about a bad game. I can't believe I died to that guy again. Those are potibos, by the way. Those enemies I keep dying to. You can actually kill them with certain things. Ride to Hell, Omni-Wrench. It's actually a very recent game. Came out this year. And it is junk. I haven't even installed it. And I basically probably am not going to be a little bit blunt. Okay, we're going to take this a little bit slower. Okay, no we're not. Oh my god. I don't like Super Meat Boy. I think it's well designed, but I just don't like it. There's nothing about it I really care for. It's a very, what's the name of that game? What is the name of that game? What is the name of that game that really is awesome, but also really difficult and... Okay, now we're gonna reload state, because I don't want to do that damn fortress again. I'm kind of tired of this thing. Diego, someone would have to donate several $1,000s, and I don't mean that facetiously, because I don't own a phone to play it on, first of all. Then I would have to buy the entire game, which all told is, you know, I don't remember actually off the top of my head, but it's a couple $100s in order to unlock everything in the game. And then I'd have to hold it up to the camera and stream it so you'd all get this horribleness, and I'd have to endure playing that game. So yeah, we're talking, it would cost you quite a bit. Sorry. Oh my god! Okay, you know what? I am really getting sick of this. Utada Hikaru. I don't actually know who that is off the top of my head, pumped. So anyway, Super Meat Boy is a lot like I Want to Be the Guy. While that certainly has some decent level design, as far as difficulty, it's too artificially difficult. It's not the kind of difficulty I tend to enjoy, and I never got into it myself. I played around with it a little bit back when it was just starting on Newgrounds, and that's basically all I got for it. Shrug. Ah, gotcha. Well, apparently I like those songs of hers. Sorta. I mean, they're alright for someone who actually sings. I usually don't like singing. I have actually discussed that, Rondo. But suffice it to say... Okay, by the way, this is actually the level I was talking about. This is the level I usually call the hardest level around here. Yes, I know, Omni. I know how bad Ride to Hell is. I actually researched it a little bit. Anyways, the, Inafune? Is that his name? Keiji Inafune? I'm so bad with names. I just died. Anyways, whatever his name is, the guy behind the Mega Man series, is psychotic. And Kenji Inafune, thank you. Every time he does a video game on his own, and this is proven before now, it's not only bad, it's freaky to the point of face-palming. You know, Console Wars is probably one of the better examples of that. Nope. I actually wanted to blow my P-Wing on this level. I'm going to blow my P-Wing on this level. So anywho, he has some no, he didn't, D. Cortez. He helped make Mega Man along with a team of people who he's not working with anymore. That's the thing a lot of people tend to forget. A lot of people say, this guy made this game, that guy made this game. No, they didn't. About 50 people made that game. And the first video I ever put on YouTube ever was talking about this very subject. Because a lot of people give too much credit to either the publishing company or the individual who's the biggest name in a thing, whereas, you know, in actuality, what you really need to think about is the team. For example, there is a Kingdom Hearts team. They have done some good stuff, other than the Kingdom Hearts series. They did The World Doesn't End With You, and they're doing Final Fantasy Versus 13, that is to say, FF15. A team, you can go and give credit for and say a team makes good games, but a person doesn't get credit for that. So Inafune doesn't get credit for the Mega Mans. Sorry. Molyneux. Kaon, by the way. Peter Molyneux, so you're talking about. Omni, when did you turn into a dog? I'm just curious. I mean, I don't mind. I think you're an awesome dog, personally. Hideo Kojima's a troll. I mean that with a degree of sincerity as well as just a little bit of affection. Hideo Kojima certainly knows how to do a decent thing. You know, he certainly knows how to really mess with gameplay. Albatross from Mario Bros. 2. That's another anime we haven't seen since. But Hideo Kojima is screwed up in the head. Not many people remember the fact that in the middle of making Metal Gear Solid 2, Hideo Kojima actually did have a mental breakdown. He actually had a psychotic breakdown and had to go see, psychiatrist. He had to seek psychological help because of how screwed up he was getting. And a lot of that really shows in Metal Gear Solid 2, not just in the obvious ways, but there's a lot of, shall we say, not as subtle as it could be, commentary in those games, and Metal Gear Solid 2 specifically. And he... basically what ended up happening was he wrote a lot of that stuff, really insisted I'd be in there, and then basically had a breakdown that just got worse and worse and worse until he had to go into the shrinks. And the people who are still left working on it decided to go ahead and take that and run with it, and that's where we got the idea of the AI and stuff. That's where that all got tied in. But that wasn't part of the story to begin with. That was him literally ranting at how much he was disgusted by video game players and all that stuff. And yes, he was also having marital problems. Now let's make this clear. I'm not trying to bash the gentleman. I'm just saying he was in a bad way, and it really shows in the production and development of Metal Gear Solid 2 especially. Metal Gear Solid 3, the one that at the time was being touted as the last of the Metal Gear Solid series, and also the one that he was working on immediately after he got out of therapy and really was top of his game, is, in my opinion, the best of the Metal Gear Solid series. Metal Gear Solid 3, right? Not just in terms of story, but gameplay. Top-notch, right? The problem I have with Hideo Kojima nowadays could be best described as the fact that he's like... I'm trying to think of a good example of this. Give me just a moment. Well, you know what? I'm going to give a weird example of this. This is more from my era than a younger era, but he's like William Shatner. Okay, whoop, time. Okay, now bear with me on this. When you hear the words William Shatner, chances are you only think of one of two things. Either the ridiculous parody of his accent, or Star Trek. Okay? That's what you think of. William Shatner did quite a few other things other than those, not all of which was bad. He's done plenty of stuff in his life, but he was forever shackled to the idea of being Kirk, right? Now, he took that and ran with it, and good on him, but... how about another good example? That's a better example. Alec Guinness. There you go. There's a good example. Alec Guinness is a great example of what I'm talking about. If you don't even know what that name is, then congratulations, you've just kind of made my point for me. For those of you who don't who don't recognize the name, Alec Guinness played the original Obi-Wan Kenobi back in Star Wars: A New Hope, and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay. Yeah, not only did he hate being Obi-Wan, but not many people remember that he was a full-on Shakespearean actor who did a lot of stuff. But pretty much the only thing he would really be remembered for, and this is actually true to this day for the most part, is Star Wars. That's how I feel Hideo Kojima is right now. Or rather, I feel that's the way he's going to be. He's like, I'm phrasing this improperly because he's not in that exact same situation. But my point is, he is basically remembered for the Metal Gear Solid series, and is probably never going to be able to branch out from that. He's just going to be stuck in that series basically forever. You know what I mean? And that just feels like it's going to be the way it is for him. Kind of sucks when you think about it. Now that just could be my impression. I could be wrong about that. So, you know, forgive me if I'm looking too much at this. By the way, no packs. Unless you want to donate. You can always donate packs. I'm just saying. No, I didn't, Omni. May I ask a really weird question? God damn it. Okay, true. And Saints Row 4, don't forget. So, you know, double on there. And yeah, Bowman, you're absolutely right. It's sometimes referred to as typecasting, but it's true for everything. It's true for music, it's true for books, it's true for video game production. No matter what you're thinking of, there's a way that someone can get labeled. Well, you know me, Kay. I'm a very empathetic person. I feel bad for a lot of people. That depends, D. Cortez. And I mean that sincerely. It depends on the individual. Some people can only do certain things. I freely admit that I am one of those. I can only write certain types of stories. I can only draw certain types of drawings. I've actually stretched out my music talent quite a bit, so I could freely say that I can do quite a bit of music. But as far as everything else, I basically can only do like 2 or 3 things. I'm just not that talented, right? I have a style, and that's it. However, so if you typecast me as the guy who wrote the, you know, the big epic stories of Doom, then yeah, okay, I'm with that. I'm fine with that, and I can keep doing that. But some people want to stretch out. They really do have talent. You know, like I don't. They really have creative endeavors. And if those kind of people get locked into this bubble, for them it's a negative because now they're trapped over here constantly doing this one type of story, which, whether they're doing well or not, they want to be going off and trying other things. They want to stretch. They want to flex. And they can't, because everyone remembers them as the guy who did, you know, this or that. Of course I did, Foul Spice. Weren't you here for when I was reading part of my book on the stream? I read up to chapter 3. I'm going to have to reread it at some point and put it on YouTube and turn on ads and maybe make some money off of it so I could pay the child support next month. I'm kidding. I'm actually doing all right now financially, but, you know. Wee. Well, that's an interesting question, D. Cortez. What's more important to you? And this is getting a little bit philosophical, so forgive me. But what is more important to you? Surviving or living? If you don't understand the difference, that's all good, because I've noticed a lot of people use different definitions for that, even though we all basically mean the same general thing. Oh, Omni, sorry. I wanted to ask why you brought that up. Why are you bringing up a suicide thing into my stream, Omni? I mean, that sucks and it's terrible, but why are you bringing that up? You know, Vega, it's interesting you say that about money, because I've always felt that money is exactly on the lines of power, and indeed it should be, because, you know, it basically is power in the modern era, and by the modern era I mean the last 2 millennia. But long and the short of it here is that money is not a corrupter, money is an enabler. I always resent people, or resent the idea that, you know, power corrupts or money corrupts or whatever. I disagree completely. It enables. It makes you able to do what it is you really want to do or really want to be, because what it really is getting down to is not just the capacity, but the removal of consequence, which is really what it comes down to. Ah, damn it. I even jumped on his head. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic. Yes, I know, Kay. No, I disagree completely, D. Cortez. There is a huge difference, in my opinion, between surviving, existing, and living. For example, right now I exist, and I am very happy to be existing because I used to be surviving earlier this year. But, you know, I am actually very happy with the fact that I am now existing instead of surviving. But, given a choice, I would still prefer to live to either. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Yeah, I have children. Children, singular, Yachiman. Moving along. See if I can make this bug. Actually, I'm not sure it's in this version, now that I think about it, so I'm not even going to try. 99 gamers. No, I haven't, Beach Pilgrim. What is it? If you don't mind my asking. If you know. If you don't know, I can't believe that just happened. I tried Descendo. It's actually kinda hard to do. I mean, granted, I suck at this game, as is obvious by how much I'm sucking at this game, but I'm actually really pleased with the fact that I'm managing this at all. Oh, I disagree completely, Cortez, and I will argue with you till the ends of the earth about that. But not here, not now, because I'm not in the mood for an argument right now. Sorry. You can argue later, okay? Damn it, dude. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Well, thank you, Descendo. Honestly, it's one of the things I've always striven to do on my stream, to make sure that I keep, you know, talking to my streamers and talking to my viewers while still playing or doing whatever, you know? Because that's basically one of the main points of my stream, is to have this... I went up the wrong one. One of the main points of my stream is to have constant interaction with my viewers, you know? That's always been a thing for me. Shoot. I forgot to bring up a thingy. You can go for it, D. Cortez. I'm not gonna join in. I don't feel like it. Damnation. Okay, this is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to reset it again. Oh my gosh. This level, I swear. I remember figuring out this level for the first time. We'll get another one, because why not? What are you munching on, Arm Devil? And how can I have some? Just a little, please? I'm starving, Arm Devil. No, I'm kidding, I'm fine. I actually have leftovers for later today. God damn it. God damn it. No, Diego, I don't have the money to buy games right now, as I kind of hinted at. So any of the games I want to buy right now, I have not purchased. Oh, thank you, Arm Devil. What are you eating, though, before I eat it? Anyways, for example, right now, I would absolutely adore picking up... there we go. Mario and Luigi 4, Luigi Dream Team or whatever. I would also really, really like to pick up Pokemon X and Y. Ah, god dang it. Oh, I need the turtle, don't I? Because those are gonna fade before I go up there. Oh, well, thank you, Arm Devil. I actually don't remember. Pax and I were just talking about this last night. There's actually quite a few games that are either out or very immediately coming out that I really wish I could pick up, and I can't. In fact, I just got... God dang it. I just got a bill today, which I can't even open yet for various reasons that are too complicated to really go into, for the CT scan. So, you know, I'm already facing more medical bills on top of what I already have to deal with. And that's on top of trying to, you know, continue to exist. Fortunately, I have a whole lot of prefab food still, so food is fine for the moment. And I'm, you know, still losing weight, so that's always good. Actually, it's... whatever. Moving on. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get all depressing. I apologize. Let's get back to this. Games are awesome, right? Who here really loves the game I'm playing right now? Really, Caladrius? I'm playing Super Mario Bros. 3, the SNES version specifically, Tasted Sauce. And I genuinely recommend it. It is an awesome game. Now, just out of curiosity, what is your favorite Mario games? Plural. You know, I'm cool with several. Yes, I know who Archie is, Pax. Unfortunately. Mario World's a pretty good game. I was actually going to play Mario World tonight, believe it or not. I hate to sound like I'm teasing you, but I really was. I was going to play Mario World tonight, and then I realized, whoops, I actually still needed to stream Mario 3 for the donation that I got in before I moved, which was like 2 months ago at this point. So I decided I was going to go ahead and do this instead. Whoop. I really hate Fire Chomps, or whatever their proper name is. By the way, I'm not going to let him, but after he finishes shooting all his fireballs at you, he then just kind of chases after you and eventually explodes, just like a bomb. I remember that story, Bragwin. You told me that in Guild, I believe. I don't like Mario 64 that much personally, however, I do have to add a caveat. My biggest problems with Mario 64 could be described in 2 words. 1, the controls were still iffy, because they were still getting used to the whole, 63-bit 3D thing. And 2, I need to do this, don't I? And 2, the camera, which is kind of related, honestly. I mentioned that I have to have a caveat because the Mario 64 proper remake they did for the DS fixes both of those, and even adds cutscenes and gameplay and stuff. So, if any of you out there like the Mario 64 series or have ever been interested in it, I strongly recommend you pick up the DS version, because it is phenomenal. I do call it a proper remake, and all the compliment that word implies very sincerely. Yep. Yes. Well, it wasn't the first Diego, if you want to get into the technicalities, but as far as the Mario-verse, yeah, and as far as Nintendo's stuff, yeah, Mario 64 was their first real foray into 3D. Damn it! Yeah, there was no avoiding that one. At least not with my lazy ass. I hope Fallout 4 is awesome, but more than that, I hope Fallout 4 lets us play after the end of the game. I know. A lot of people get pissed off at me when I say that, because, the original Fallouts didn't let you do that. But I've always felt an open-world game like that has to let you keep playing after the end of the story missions, so that's just my opinion. But, examples of that, Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, any of the Elder Scrolls, as opposed to, for example, Fallout 3 before the patch, or the DLC, excuse me, and Fallout New Vegas, which just ends once you do it. Yes, I know you can mod that out, but my point remains. I never liked the N64 controller at all. I put up with the N64 in general is a perfect example of what I say by a game library really is why I care about a console. Because, honestly, oh shoot, this is bad. Okay. Because honestly, N64, if you look at it, its hardware, its controller, its setup, its price, overall it was a pretty bad system, just to be blunt about it. However, it had not only a decent amount of decent games on it, it had some truly incredible games on it. You know what I mean? So, Star Fox 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Paper Mario 1, Mario 64, there's some other good ones that were out there, but the point being, all of those games weren't just good, they were great, they were phenomenal. And so, the N64 proved worth its price, like I've said several times, despite being a generally bad system. GoldenEye, thank you, I knew I was missing a big one there. Anyways, catching up with chat a little bit, Tasted Sauce, I do agree that they did the ending properly, at least, when they did it in New Vegas. I just personally like the ability to keep playing after the ending has finished. That is just a preference. I'm not gonna diss a game for it, especially a game that I can mod and fix that problem, like New Vegas, but, just my thing. The Mario. Nice, nice. That's actually kind of cool. I would have liked to see that. D. Cortez. I actually don't like Skyrim that much either, to be a little bit honest with you. Whoops. Skyrim is not a bad game, I don't think. I think it's hyped up a little too much because, you know, a lot of people played it where they didn't play other games in the series that, in my opinion, are superior. But if you asked me, you know, which is better, Oblivion or Skyrim, I don't even have to think about that question. If you asked me which is better, Morrowind or Skyrim, I don't even have to think about that question. So, that's just my opinion, though. And I've already talked about that a bit. Oh, God. Catching back up. Ogre Battle 64, another good one. Another very excellent game. I love Ogre Battle and Ogre Battle 64. Awesome games. I highly recommend anybody who hasn't played Ogre Battle on the SNES or Ogre Battle 64 on the N64. I recommend, if you're into strategy games at all, you pick those up. Whoops. Anyways, and then Smash Brothers, of course, but I don't even have to mention that. By the way, I also like the idea of Fallout 4 set in Texas, but I've already mentioned that. And I've already kind of talked about why, actually. In my opinion, the one thing the Fallout series has missing so far as setting is... oh, is it? Awesome. For anybody who doesn't know, Ogre Battle 64 is on the Wii store, so it's pretty easy to get a hold of. So that's really cool. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to happen. I'm going to catch up on chat real quick, because I'm falling behind here. Okay, so... I like the idea of setting a Fallout game in a suburb area. I'm going to pause that for a second. Because we've seen urban. We've seen that in just about every Fallout setting. And we've seen the waste, right? Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 2, all three of these had really good example of, you know, the just general wasteland. I really like the idea of a suburbia area, a place that is in between the two. You know, it's still got a fairly large amount of residential and whatnot. Still lots of stuff in it. It's not actually a wasteland. But... you get where I'm going with that, and I think Texas would be a really good spot for that, because, I mean, you know, I've been there. My aunt still lives there, in a town just north of Dallas, and that's kind of my point. She's still considered in the Dallas area, because it's just constant, you know, suburbia everywhere, you know what I mean? And they can do a lot with that sort of thing, if they tried to. That's just my opinion. But that is purely because of the setting. Everything else, I haven't really given a lot of thought of. I'll be honest with you. I've let the Fallout series lie for quite a while. Okay, catching up on thing. I need to scroll up a bit here. Skyrim's probably a little overhyped, but shrug. A lot of games are overhyped. N64 THQ wrestling games. I actually played those. Those are a lot of fun. Bomberman, by the way, 64. Another great game if you're into the Bomberman series. Am I going to stream Donkey Kong? Which one, Yachiman? That's my question. Which Donkey Kong? If you mean Donkey Kong Country, hell yes, I'd love to stream that. If you mean the one on the Wii, or the one that's coming out on the Wii U, I would absolutely love to do that as well. Oh, Mario Party also started on the 64, and this may sound weird. This is probably driving you crazy, that music. This may sound weird, but I actually really like the Mario Party series. Obviously, it only really works if you have people to play it with, but that's the whole point. So, you know, I know a lot of people haven't got into it just because they don't have people to play it with. But if you actually have friends and you go and play Mario Party, that's a ball. And Donkey Kong 64. And Perfect Dark. All of these were on the N64. I think that wasn't a bug, Rondo, and that's because I actually know a great deal about the programming and setup that went into this game. It was something they were doing kind of as a theoretical thing to encourage flow within the game design. They wanted to set it up such that, you know, if a player was good enough, they could literally just speed through a level without issue. And so that's where that came from. There's nothing complicated here. That's basically it. Oh yeah, Body Harvest. Another. If you guys like Grand Theft Auto style games, or, you know, like Just Cause or anything like that, go look into Body Harvest on the N64. It's got some really bad graphics, and the controls take some getting used to, I'll be frank with you, but it's a great game. It's also by the team, it's by the team that made the Grand Theft Autos. I have played quite a bit of competitive games, but mostly in the older days, you know, the Unreal Tournament era, as I like to call it, back when Quake 3 was still new. I haven't really played a lot of competitive games since then. Um, hmm, yes, it would break one, which would be awesome. Uh, I don't remember the music, Topaz. I probably hated it because, I can't stand Yasunori Matsuda's music. It actually hurts my ears. I might consider it Bandit, but I don't actually own Rayman anymore, so I'd have to think about that. Banjo-Kazooie was on the 64 as well. Another fantastic game. Hi, Andy, KH23. What's up? I hope you're having a good time. Sorry, I paused the game so I could catch up on chat. I found a little behind here. Conker's Bad Fur Day. I haven't actually played that. Sorry. Banjo-Kazooie. I have played Banjo-Kazooie. That was a good game. Rogue Squadron. I also played that, and I also played the Rogue Squadron series in general. In fact, I actually have several of the GameCube ones of the Rogue Squadron series. A lot of fun games. Um, and I think we're caught up on the chat. Okay. Holy moly. Oh, okay, so let's talk about apocalyptically bad games on the N64, okay? How many of you guys have played Quest 64? Oh, sorry, Omni. No, I don't. I could give you specific detailed reasons, but what it really boils down to is no. It's one of the problems that, for example, I've talked before about how I can't go back to the original Fallout games because of the UI. Yeah, the old Fallout, the Elder Scrolls were certainly pioneers in their day and really did a lot of things right, but going back and playing those is virtually impossible nowadays, and that's for me, and I played those when they came out new, so I can have the nostalgia and appreciation factor in there. Don't play the old Elder Scrolls games. Then again, I say the same thing about Fallout. Anyways, Quest 64. Oh, Quest 64. We're going to go ahead and blow a Hammer Bros suit for this one. So anybody who doesn't know this thing, this is the Hammer Brothers suit. This is the only game that has had the Hammer Brothers suit to date. Although there have been Boomerang Brothers suits since then. In fact, the new Mario game coming out has one like that. In case you don't know why this is relevant, the hammers can kill virtually anything in this game. That was actually kind of significant, and that was basically why they were so powerful, is because the hammers can kill whatever. When I say whatever, I pretty much mean it. I'm going to kind of demonstrate this here as I go through this level. Like, for example, that thwomp. Nope. Goodbye. Hammer Brothers suit was awesome. I actually only own one Wii U game at the moment, D. Cortez. It was a game that was gifted to me by Spirit, and that's why I have it at all. That is the Wind Waker HD remake. There are actually quite a few Wii U games I want to pick up, but again, I just can't afford it right now. Quest 64 was one of those games that I was like, oh, this looks really awesome. I can't wait to play this. And then I played it. I actually beat it, by the way. Can you believe that? I actually beat Quest 64. I'm not kidding. I really did. I don't have any way to prove it to you. But... holy moly, God, I hated that game so much. I actually would like to, D. Cortez, even though I don't like zombie games and gore games in general. The premise behind Zombie U actually looks pretty cool, so I'm kind of interested in it. But again, I don't have the money. So, shrug. What other terrible N64? Oh yeah, Castlevania 64. That's another bad 64 games. And of course, Superman 64 is the one everyone knows about. But Superman 64 was a specific type of bad. I've talked before about how there's several different types of bad when it comes to games and stuff like that. Here's the problem. A game like Quest 64 is bad in design and execution and premise, gameplay, and story, okay? Now that sounds pretty horrible, but, whatever. Superman 64 was bad in time, execution, gameplay, planning, support, interface, coding, base coding, engine, it was literally bad in every way, is what I'm trying to get across here. Every single aspect of making that game failed. Whoops, damn it, I really was hoping to finish this one with the Hammer Bros suit. Sorry guys, screwed that up. And so, yeah, Superman 64 is rather infamous in its badness. But honestly, if I had to put a number on it, I would say that's not among the worst. That's just one of the more famously bad. Now, Sonic 06. There was a bad game. Oh, whatever. Sonic 06 is another famously bad game, as I like to call them. It's still bad, don't mistake me. But a lot of people forget the fact that there were two big reasons why Sonic 06 was bad. Reason one. Sonic 06 tried to do something different that failed. I don't say that because trying something different is bad, but the problem is when you try something different, about half the time it will be bad. That's just risk, that's life, right? Well, what they tried was they tried to mix Sonic with real-life characters, and tried to have this really deep, serious storyline that failed miserably, just to put it simply. Second thing they did bad was the storyline itself was apocalyptically bad. I know I've said that like 3 times tonight, but I don't have words for how bad the storyline was in Sonic 06. It was just disgusting. Oh, you're wrong, Sean. There has been a very good Superman game since Superman 64. And I mean this sincerely. It's called Saints Row 4. Yeah, exactly, Bandit King. Seriously, replace the girl from, who's the princess, I can't even think of her damn name, in Sonic 06, with the person writing the fanfic, and you've basically got a Sonic fanfic. In fact, there's no basically, you have got a Sonic fanfic. No, Unix, that part doesn't bother me. Everything else about the game bothers me. There we go. Well, yeah, THQ is the developer. I knew what you meant. Bowman. Whoa, shoot. Oh, God. Whoops. I had a weird N64 game. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Unless I've already mentioned it, which I very well may have. What was it? THQ got destroyed, to put it simply. Yes, I know you can jump up there on his back. I'm not really good at doing that, and I'm already small, and I don't want to risk another death in here. Oh well, so I liked the Sonic Advanced games. THQ went bankrupt, D. Cortez, put simply. Whoops. Ah, really? Okay. Damn it, screwed it up. Whatever. And so all their IPs, which were quite a large number, a lot more than most people actually thought about, got chopped up and sent everywhere. And in some cases it worked out. Saints Row 4 is a good example of it working out. And in some cases it didn't work out. Darksiders is a good example of one that didn't work out. Such a pity. I liked Darksiders. A lot, actually. The odds of me buying Mass Effect 4 Tasted Sauce are approximately 0%. Give or take. Whoops, I screwed that up. I want to go over here. Nope, didn't make it. We'll get it next time. Homeworld, thank God, is actually going to be continuing in a fashion. I cannot tell you how happy I am about that. It's not going to be called Homeworld, but it's a spiritual successor of Homeworld. Actually, I think they're actually going to go ahead and use the name now, aren't they? They gave them permission to use the name? Wasn't that the latest development? I don't remember. This was actually pretty recent. It was only like a month or 2 ago. Honestly, Caladrius, given the significance of the Mass Effect series to my show, if the viewers wanted me to play Mass Effect 4, I probably would, and I would probably stream it, and I would probably do a rumination or a lamentation, depending on the circumstances of it. And yeah, we'll see how that turns out. What makes a good game? A game that is done well. Now, you probably think I'm being facetious there, or just trying to troll, but I do actually mean that. A good game is a game that is done properly, done well. There is no formula, is what I'm trying to say. There is nothing that says, make this and you'll make a good game. And if you need proof of that, every time someone goes out there and tries to do what I like to call a summary clone of a game, they end up with a game that is not good. because you can't just do that. And I don't want to get into that topic real quick. That's actually a really long and complicated topic that I just screwed up. And that's not what I mean, Pax. That's not what I mean at all. Which is why I said I don't want to get into it, because it's actually kind of complicated. Actually, yeah, Bowman, I have played Balloon Fight back on the NES. Believe it or not. Now, this was one of those levels that I used to intentionally get a frog suit in World 3 just for this level. You'll notice I don't have a frog suit. That is going to be interesting. Pax is one of my best friends, D. Cortez, even though he gives me crap all the time. Excuse me. You know, Rondo, I have a feeling you can sympathize with me on this matter, but unfortunately the Mass Effect series is not the first time I have had a series that I love, and, you know, I could never imagine turning down one of that series, and then had to start turning down one of that series. Nor has it been the last, even since then. I mean, Mass Effect 3 is only 2 years old at this point. Go away! Go away! Just upgrading, Bragwin? Or are you fixing something? Okay, this is just irritating. There we go, he finally leaves. Okay, so this section is why I hate this level. I'm actually going to be paying attention to the game for just a little bit, because this section kind of sucks. So forgive me if I miss any questions. I do apologize. And as soon as I get a power-up, I'll feel a little more comfortable looking at chat. There we go, okay. Sorry about that, guys. That section sucks. Don't even tell me about that Caladrius. To be completely blunt, I am expecting Kingdom Hearts 3 to be bad. I know that's you know, self-fulfilling prophecy kind of a situation, but seriously, I am fully expecting it at this point. If they actually fix it, if they do it well, great. If they don't, eh. No taste. Sorry, hang on. Hey, Nerdman. What's up? Sorry about, you know, not saying hi for a bit. I was doing the little electrified jellyfish section of World 7 in Mario Brothers 3. Level 4, I believe that was. D. Cortez, I put out a video. Actually, I put out 4 videos about that. Go watch them and give me ad money. That's my response to you. Versus 13 might actually be good. You don't know. You never know. No, K isn't Pax. What are you talking about, Zeiss? You know who Pax is. You know who K is, too, for that matter. Oh, God, I can't believe I just did that. Whoops. Yeah, no kidding, Rondo. So this is actually one of my favorite dungeons in the game. Hear me out, okay? Games this old, this came out in '88, right? Games this old didn't really have a lot of atmosphere or anything like that. Not really. So this whole time we've been going through Mario Brothers, this whole place is just, you know, all these dungeons have all these enemies and whatnot, and this one has nothing. It has no enemies in this whole sequence of the game, and it was so interesting to me, even as a child, because it emphasized the creepy factor of this particular dungeon and really made it feel for me. It actually added atmosphere to it. It was just surprising to me to have something like that in a Mario game. Hell, in a game in general, for that matter. Oof, almost didn't make that. So I just felt like mentioning that. It was a nice little touch. Nerdman, in response to that, I would love to see The Incredibles in Kingdom Hearts 3. Thank you, God. Tanuki suit. For those of you who don't know, Tanuki Suit gives you this ability. What's so special about this ability, you might ask? Well, hopefully I will be alive long enough to really show you what's so special about that ability. It also functions like a regular raccoon suit, which is kind of nice. So I know a lot of people who used to get stuck on this level because this is one of those levels that's designed where your enemy is actually the timer, not the level itself. Hang on. Guys, I'm putting a 50 muffin bounty out on Omni. Oh shoot, I went to the wrong one. Okay, bad. I may actually die. Which would suck, because then I'd lose the Tanuki suit. Oh, right, I'm an idiot. No, go left, you stupid thing. There we go. And here, I believe. No. There it is. See, even I got caught by it. Couldn't remember where the pipe was. 40 seconds. Damn it. Oh well. The real benefit of the Tanuki suit is when you turn into the stone form and you hop on something, you can kill basically anything, including some stuff that you're not actually supposed to be able to kill. And I don't mean stuff like the Hammer Brothers suit could. I mean, like, for example, those flame jets that are on the airships, you can actually kill those with the Tanuki suit. It's actually kind of cool. So, let's catch up on chat a little bit here. Beach Pilgrim asked me what my favorite party is for FF6 Tower of Kefka. If I had to pick my absolute favorite characters, and not based on what, whether they're good or not, I would go with Setzer, Setzer, Terra, Celis, and Locke, probably, as far as favorite characters. God dang it. There's a few other interesting characters that I like there, though. And obviously I like just about every character of FF6, so that's kind of asking my favorite children situation, but whatever. Nerdman, yes, my hair is now cut short again, as indeed it will be for some time, at least until my health starts getting better. What else did I miss? Other than that jump, and this fall, and that jump. Oh my god, Arsh, really? You're pathetic. As far as somebody asked somewhere up there, something about remaking FF7 or FF6, I hope they don't do an HD remake, as weird as that sounds, okay? I really do. But the reason why is because an HD remake is not necessarily a proper remake. Now let me explain. I've referred to HD remakes by two terms. There's an HD remake, which Zelda Wind Waker is a good example of, and then there's a hardly different remake, okay? A hardly different remake is exactly what it sounds like. It's a remake where they didn't actually change anything, and it's just the same damn thing. And that's just unpleasant, and damn it, I screwed up the jump. I know what I'm supposed to do now, I've just screwed it up. Yeah, FF10 and 10.2 are a great example of a hardly different remake. They're not the only examples, but there are quite a few examples of stuff where that happened. And I don't like hardly different remakes. And I agree, Falspice, and I hate myself for agreeing with that. And you know why? Because I just screwed up completely. Again. God dang it, Arsh, wake up. The Final Fantasy Remake team, and yes, there was actually a team devoted to remake the FFs, was phenomenal. The FF1 and 2 remakes they did on the GBA, the and on the PlayStation for that matter. The Final Fantasy 3 and 4 remakes on the DS, incredible games. The Final Fantasy 5 and 6 remakes on the Game Boy Advance, not spectacular, but certainly good. And so forth and so on, All of those games were remade, all of them were proper remakes. They had good people working on that. And, yeah, most of those people aren't working there anymore, other than some of the translation teams, so kind of sucks, really. So if they did a remake now, it probably wouldn't be as good, because, they don't have that team working on it, which does good stuff. That being said, I also... You know what? Hang on. I gotta actually share something with you guys. Give me just one moment here. No, they're not Lustlands. They have no word on it, and they have expressed disinterest on it. You are correct, completely incorrect, Diego. As I just said, FF1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6 all got remakes of some manner or another. The ones that were really good, the ones that were truly amazing remakes, were FF5 and FF4 on the GBA, in the GBA and the DS respectively. But the ones they did for the PlayStation 1 and the GBA for FF1 and 2 were proper remakes. And so was the DS one for 3, and so was the GBA one for 6. Give me a moment, I gotta find something. Excuse me. Damn it. Where is it? I can't find it. I was looking at an article recently where Square's response to people wanting remakes of games like FF6 and FF5 and FF7 was basically, you should buy our games more and maybe we'll consider remaking the old ones. I'm not talking about the thing where they said, this is actually a completely separate article from when they said, you know, until the new FF sells as well as the old FFs, we won't do it. Everybody knows about that one. I'm talking about a specific thing where they flat out said, you know, screw you, go buy our stuff more, give us more money, and then we'll consider it. It was insulting, irritating, and made me want to stab them in the face. Any questions? God dang it. Yeah, exactly, Malachor 5. You know what, screw that World 8. I suck at World 8. Not really, Nerdman. I mean, I'd be upset. Actually, yeah, I'd be really upset because I think the Materia system is probably one of the best systems of the FFs, personally. Oops. This last one usually throws me a bit. And I'm not gonna make it. Nope, didn't make it. What do you mean, D. Cortez? I don't understand your question. Probably not, Nerdman. I don't actually like... actually, you know what, I'll tell you what. One thing I have been considering is streaming Kingdom Hearts 1.5. That would involve me, of course, owning Kingdom Hearts 1.5, so that gets to wait, because that's really far down on my priority list of games right now. Like, really, really far down. But I would at least consider it, if I owned it. But I would not stream Chain of Memories unless, you know, you donated $1 billion, because screw that game. The FF games, D. Cortez, without question. Yes, I do taste its sauce. The problem is, New Vegas was actually basically the next game on my list to do a rumination of, but then real life got in the way, and I ended up having to do something else. I don't even remember why at this point. Something got in the way. That ended up distracting me for quite a while, and then I never actually got around to playing it. Because just before I made that announcement that I was going to do a rumination of New Vegas, I had just bought, I believe it was, shoot, I can't remember the name of it. It's the one that they, excuse me, it's the one that they came out with last, the most recent DLC. And so I had all the DLCs, and I was going to play through the whole damn thing, and yeah, I kind of screwed up. So I apologize, but I do intend to get around to it eventually. I just need to get caught up a little bit. No, not Old World Blues, the one that came out right after that. The one that tied all the previous DLCs in together. No, they didn't, Nerdman, at least not for the better. Lonesome Road, that's the one. By the way, I've missed a lot of questions because the chat's really active tonight. That's awesome. I like the fact that you guys are all here. I just want to say I apologize for missing anybody's questions. So if you have any questions I missed, please feel free to repeat them. Now, speaking of which, I saw yours, Diego. No, I do not consider Kingdom Hearts part of the Final Fantasy franchise. It is very distinctly its own thing, in gameplay style, in story style, and in everything. I disagree, D. Cortez, but then again, I've played the good Final Fantasies. Don't make me bring out FF6 just because I have kind of been in the mood lately. I really have been in the mood for FF6 lately. Whoops! Screwed up on that one. Okay, and I'm dead. I have no idea what the DLCs are for Borderlands Caladrius, so I don't really have something to say about that. Sorry. I don't want to blow that here. Let's just go. By the way, speaking of New Vegas, I mentioned how much I hate slavery as a concept. You could probably imagine how I usually treat the Legion whenever I play New Vegas. Yeah, they don't live through long. We're gonna have to be patient on this level, my goodness. So fun fact, these pipes, in some versions of the game, it's not true in all of them, the piranha plants, that is to say, the thing that detects whether or not they can come up or down is based on the Z or Y axis. Like I said, it kind of depends on the game. Damn it. So, if you stand at the correct parallel to them, even if you're not actually anywhere near the pipe, they won't come up. It's actually kind of funny to watch. Nerdman? Yes, I am going to be streaming. My next big stream thing after the Warcraft stream, which is this coming weekend, is going to be the Final Fantasy Marathon. Now, that may get delayed until after my surgery, I'll be honest with you. Because, you know, even the Kingdom Hearts stream kind of took a lot out of me, I'll be honest with you. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed every moment of it. But it was really stressful and really took a lot out of me, so I really had to recoup for most of this week. In fact, I'm still not actually better because I've been busy this whole week. I didn't actually get a chance to just rest. I screwed that up completely with the boot positioning. So, hang on a second, D. Cortez. I need to reread your question because it doesn't make perfect sense to me. And thank you, Caladrius. I'm glad people enjoyed it. I'm glad people enjoyed it. I wish I could upload it to YouTube. And yes, I know I could probably edit it to get rid of the audio in certain segments, which would only take a few dozen hours. Because, you know, video editing takes absolutely forever. But, you know, whatever. Yeah. Damn it! Screw the copyrights. Screw the copyright laws. You ever heard of the phrase, that... I actually can't remember how it's worded, but it basically means that I just died for no reason. Hang on. We're gonna go and save state this, because I'm getting kind of tired of this level. The idea is that laws may fail some of the time, but they do more good than harm. Damn it! Okay, I can make this. I know I can. Hang on a sec, guys. I know I can make this. I need to stop hesitating. That's throwing me. You see, every time I pull back, I completely lose my momentum. There's a way to pull back without losing your momentum. There we go. Save state. Sorry, I hate to do that, but I'm just practicing, so I don't care that much. And I'm really tired. I'm probably going to bed as soon as I finish here. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to fall the way I wanted to. Oh god, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. I even saw that coming. Okay, in response to D. Cortez, Well, it depends on the person, honestly. I can't possibly say that. Now, personally, I would say the story. The reason I remember a game is its story. I mean, obviously there are games that I love that have no or little story. And indeed, some games I have that have, like, the opposite of story. Yes, it is Undead Elvis, as I talked about earlier. Which you probably weren't there for that. I'm gonna let the fireballs go by. In summary, Undead, the Mario continuity is kind of weird because the games that are part of their own continuity are not usually what you'd think they are. And it's not fully 100% verified in most cases either. However, for example, Mario Bros. 3 is widely considered to be the first game within the proper Mario continuity, the main continuity, as I like to call it, because I don't really have another name for it. But, and then Mario World occurs immediately after this. Okay. But the weird thing, Undead Elvis, check this out. Mario 1 is not part of that. Not part of the main continuity. It's its own little guiding game, kind of off to the side, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting when you think about it. Mario 2 is almost assuredly part of the main continuity, but we're not 100% sure on that one. Okay. Almost the end of... Oh god, I forgot to do a timer at the end of World 6. Oops. I'm gonna have a really good sector time for World 7. Huh. Man, I'm dizzy. Mario 2, it's debatable whether it was all a dream or not. And that's kind of the funny part, because so many elements from Mario 2 have found themselves in other games that are very distinctly part of continuity. So, shrug? Yeah, Cynic, I actually have bad reactions. God dang it. I actually, the pain meds make me really dizzy, and on top of that, I'm tired, so between the two facts, I'm just kind of like, ugh. Shy Guys, I'm talking about Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 2, aka the one that is not Lost Levels. Sorry, I like to do that as a test. You don't have to. You can get through this section without doing the donut lifts. Yes, that's what those are called. But I like to do that just as a test for that, because you have to get some really good timing for it. Anyways, to prove that I'm not that bad of a player. Correct, Undead Elvis. Shy Guys were introduced there. A bunch of other things were introduced there, too, including Birdo. What else endured from that? Bob-Bombs came from Super Mario Bros. 2. They're in this game. But it is widely considered that Super Mario Bros. 2 is one of those is and isn't situations. And if you don't know what I mean by that, don't stress it. But it's one of those, you know, trying to make you think kind of things, which I actually usually don't like, to be a little bit honest with you. But the idea is, yes, it was all a dream, but it still actually happened. It was just another dimension or something like that is probably the most mundane way I could put that. Yeah, Lost Levels... Yeah. I actually like Super Mario Bros. 2 a lot. I'm probably one of the only people I know about that really likes Super Mario Bros. 2. That is to say, the one that isn't Lost Levels. But Lost Levels is just insane. Anyways, no, Lost Levels is not in the main continuity, or whatever you want to call it. It is part of the Mario Bros. 1 continuity. Those two games are congruent with one another. I can usually make this jump. Oh yeah. I know quite a few people who don't like Super Mario Bros. 2, Bowman. And it's just kind of shrugged to me. I'm gonna save state because I'm sorry guys, but I'm just really not doing well tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to hedge my bets, and that's why Just, okay, interesting factoid. Not a lot of people know this, but Ludwig here, that's his name, Ludwig von Koopa, actually has all the powers of all the previous guys. He's got the jumping of 4, he's got the ground slam of 5, he's got the the bulk of 2, etc., right? The only one who doesn't have a power of is, you know, like the guys who have projectile weapons. I mean, obviously he's got the wand, but you get what I mean. Oh, god dang it. I am just losing it. And I'm not even the hard stuff yet. I'm about to get World to 8, where I'm gonna get crushed. And I just know I'm gonna get crushed. There we go. That was what I was trying to do earlier. Anyways. Anyways, I'm glad to hear some of my viewers actually like Super Mario Bros. 2 as well. So, during Awesome Games Done Quick 2013, I can't think of the gentleman's name. You know what, I'll look it up real quick, because he deserves to get a shout-out. He deserves a shout-out. Give me just a moment, guys. Oh, speaking of which, timestamp. What was his name? Mario Bros. 3... TJP7154. Well, that's a mouthful. He's a pretty cool guy, and I've seen some of his streams. They donated like $100 on the fly for him to go ahead and do the airship level. And if you've played this game, you know what I'm talking about. In the frog suit, and he almost made it. He got like to the second to last airship on the level before he actually lost the frog suit. No, Bandit. It's just... I don't know if you've seen this Bandit, but a lot of people have really weird nicknames where they'll add numbers to their names, like adding 094 at the end of their name, for example. It's really weird. I don't know why people do that. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the next level, which is the ship level, in the SNES version, I don't think you can go underneath like you could in the NES version. I could be wrong. I'll go ahead and try it just to see. Ah, damn it. I can't believe I did that. Yeah, that's the joke, Diego. Bandit does too. I was just pointing out that a lot of people put numbers at the end of their name. TJP is his name, and then he puts a bunch of numbers there, you know, like most people do. I usually go out of my way to try not to put numbers, but that's just a personal preference. I just don't like having numbers in my name. That's all that boils down to. Although I do have one character in the Imperium in my storyline that actually has a number in his name. Just one. Now I'm gonna die to this guy, because I suck. And he's a boomerang, bro. I actually, back in the day, the biggest mistake I used to make on that guy is I'd kill him just like I did, but then he'd get me on the boomerang, which just, he used to just kill me. Not literally, I guess. So this level, we'll go ahead and see if we can cheap this out. So I'm curious for you guys out there. For games like this, Mario games are pretty bad about this in particular. Did you know, or I'm sorry, did you know? Let's start this question properly. Are you like me in the sense that if you, I guess the best way to put this is if you're well aware of the consequences of actions within a game, you tend to get more stressed based on certain circumstances. Now, that probably sounds really generic, so let me give you a specific example. If you're doing a stage and you are small Mario, you tend to be a lot more stressed and you know, oh my god, I got, you know, really tense on the level because you know anything can kill you, right? Zelda is another good example of this. Of course, Zelda adds the audible reminder, dee 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 dee, you know, when you're low on hearts. But anything like that, I'm just curious if any of you guys get that same tension, because I get that every freaking time, even nowadays, even if it's a game that I'm really good at, which I am not really good at this game. There we go. So anyways, you can swim under it, confirmed. I gotta get back up. Hang on. There we go. So yeah, I get really tense. So, you know, for example, the fact that I'm fighting Boom Boom here with without anything is just like, oh god. And then, okay, I'm safe. Whew. Yeah, anxiety, that's the word. Gamer anxiety. That's a great way to put it. Now, of course, everyone hates the Zelda noise. In fact, for a long time in the TAS community, there was a really long-standing thing where people were basically arguing back and forth as to whether or not they should allow TASers to get to the point where they have the beep beep, because people were just so pissed off watching those videos with people at low health, just constantly. Fire Bros, because screw you. So, fun fact about this thing, it doesn't matter what you do. There's basically no way to manipulate this without frame manipulation or memory manipulation. It's basically random, is what I'm trying to say, as to whether or not you'll get these stages when you go across. Most people actually try to get these stages across, and if you're wondering why, this is why. They're short, and you get a leaf at the end of each one. You can only do the 3. So we're getting this one too. First one's the only one I really have trouble with, because the first one's the bros one. This is just the cheap one, and if you're fast, which I'm not... Fire Bros did come back. They were in several of the Mario and Luigi's, and I don't remember if they were in anything else. This is what I meant by if you just go fast. Ah, damn. Went too slow there. Yeah, for some reason people are talking politics. Ah, shoot, Damn it, Pax. Really? Okay, guys, check this out. Sledge Bros are actually in New Super Luigi U. See you around, Diego. Which is another reason why I really want to pick up that game. I mean, it looks like a great game in general. I should say it looks like a good game in general, but it actually has Sledge Bros. Hell yeah, I'm sold. Okay, guys, this is it. I'm gonna go kill myself now. Oh, shoot, I don't have... Oh, damn, I thought I actually had a frog suit. Damnation. No, the reason I said damn it, Pax, is because, you know, the Gmail thing pops up? It pops up way over here, and I was looking way over here, so my eyes did this, which was a little bit too much, and then I got hit by a cheap. Well... Unfortunately, guys, I can't do this any other way, so we're going to go ahead and just do this small. Small Mario. Usually I save a P-Wing for this level. For anybody who's wondering, the reason this is usually considered the actually hardest level in the game by most people. In case you can't tell, and it might be a little bit unobvious, the level is scrolling significantly faster, about twice as fast as all the other auto-scrollers in the entire game. It's the only level that scrolls this fast in all of Mario 3. And it's all airships, and there's all tiny of them, and there's flames everywhere, and there's the moles everywhere. The moles came back too, by the way. They're in other games. Oh god, oh god, oh god! Ah. Whew. And so you got the wrenches, which just killed me, for example. So this is a pretty rough level. This is a pretty rough level, and I'm trying to do it small on purpose, just to torture myself, just for you guys, because I don't have the frog suit. I was actually going to keep the frog suit just to do it for you guys. But I failed. I'm sorry, guys. Which one was the water temple in Zelda 2? I don't remember. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at chat for just a moment, because I'm getting really distracted, and that's why. I'm going to try this a couple more times, then I'm just going to skip over it, because I do have a way to just skip over this level. that was close. I do love the thunder and clouds background they added for the SNES version. Very atmospheric. Very amusing. Very appropriate for the Koopa kids. Oh, God. Nope! Oh, God, I actually thought I was going to die there. Because he was going to get his wrench off, and he did actually get his wrench off. Okay, I made it. Now I'm going to die to the boss. By which I mean I'm going to save state on the boss, because hell with that. This is actually one of the harder Boom Booms, too, because it's one of the ones with the feathers. Didn't need the save state. Oh yeah, small Mario for the win. Sorry, I'm actually really pleased I pulled that off. Okay. Now, fun fact. For those of you who haven't played Mario Bros. 3, you may not actually understand. This is the first actual level, the first stage of this area. Now, that's actually kind of funny in its own right, because a lot of people are like, oh, thank God, a regular stage. And then this stage just kicks their ass. Yeah, okay. Screwed that up. Yes, Zed. Only a little bit, but basically, to put it simply, they made a different code for the... They made a different engine, I'm sorry, I should say this properly, for the SNES ones. And it's different than Mario World. There we go. Ah, damn it. I waited too long. Okay, you know what? I have these items. I'm gonna use them. A little bit more. There we go. No, I'm not gonna fly over the whole level. I just wanted to fly over that section. Although I don't know where I am now. Where's the camera? Oh god, there's gonna be a pit under me. There's gonna be a pit! Okay. Whew, I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. Oh, damn it. Hey, Yachiman, I've been doing pretty good, I think. Give me some credit. This is when Pax pops in and says, "You've been doing lousy." Or one of my viewers drops in and says, "You've been doing lousy." Ah, I didn't think I was going to pull it off. Whenever I wake up, Omni. Usual weekend plans for that. Now this level, thank you, Zed. I feel better now. This level's hilarious because this is the quickest way to go through this level by far. You just skip so much of the level doing this. Don't even need the coins, that's not the point. You can hold your breath that long. You kidding me? I can hold, well, I used to be able to hold my breath for about 80 seconds was my record. Nope, not quite. You can make that jump in one run. Why would I do that, D. Cortez? First of all, I'd have to reinstall Origins, which would just suck. Then I'd have to reinstall Mass Effect 3, which would just suck. And then I'd have to kill myself. That would be okay. I wouldn't mind that, but, you know, I don't want to get blood on the upholstery. Alright, let's try and make this jump. Because there is a way to make this jump without using the run things at all. Hang on a second. Nope. Oh, wow, I actually made it. Yes! That's actually a little harder to do than it looks like. I'm really pleased with making that. And yeah, my fans wouldn't like me playing Mass Effect 3 either. So everyone would be unhappy about me playing Mass Effect 3, except for you. Well, actually, no, you probably would be too, D. Cortez, because I'd be bashing the hell out of the game except for 2 scenes in the entire game. And I'm not sure you'd like that. Damn it. Oh, wow, Braywin. I don't have that kind of lung capacity. I never have. My asthma. But I could do about 70 to 80 seconds. Arm Devil, the 2 scenes I really like in Mass Effect 3, and I mean this sincerely, are Legion and Morden, both done properly. And I'm about to lose it. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, this is another of those levels I used to have people who would be like, "Hey, could you tell me how to get through this level? And I'd be like, sure. And then I'd tell them how to get through this level. And now I just realize I'm small. Right, I need to do this, and then that, and then this, over. Oh, I agree, D. Cortez. Obviously, that's one of the principles of my show and my everything. I can't believe I just did that. So, for example, you like Mass Effect 3? That's great. And I mean that sincerely. I like the fact that you like it. If you told me you liked Ride to Hell Retribution, first I'd try and ask if you're kidding or if you're trying to troll me, and then second, if you actually meant it, I'd be like, great. Because, as far as I'm concerned, the more happiness and joy there is in this world, the better. I usually come in here with Leaf, don't I? So, you know, that's just the way I think of it. I know, I'm terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and blow a leaf on this. Thank you, Bandit King. I'm glad one of my fans... Oh, God, I can't believe I did that. One of my fans liked Game Boy Hero. Even though the rest hated it. Is this the one I want? God, it's been a while. See, this is the maze. I'm sorry, I was in the process of saying this place is basically a maze. But I used to know it by heart. I obviously don't anymore because I've already screwed up like 3 times. But if I remember properly... Nope. I'm not that good at that, Rondo. No, if I got Pax in there, Pax is much better at the Mystery Science Theater thing than I am. Get Gary in there, too. Gary and I actually used to do Mystery Science Theater 3000 to various games, just for fun. But, I gotta be honest, I'm not that good at that kind of wit. I am not that witty, to put it bluntly. I need a power-up. I'm doing terrible, Zed. But I'm almost doing terrible on purpose. As weird as that sounds. There we go. By the way, I'll tell you why Legion had to die. Because the writers had decided that they would go with the serious and genuine theme of the idea that multiple of the main characters should pass away in order to emphasize the fact that not every story has a happy ending and get across the severity of the situation. And then they decided to go ahead and hand it off to their 3-year-old niece and say, hey, could you go ahead and write some pathos for us? And her response to that was something along the lines of, what's pathos? I made it at least. That's not what that should be. Whatever. Let's go ahead and hit these. Ah, that's where I am. I am in the wrong spot. Okay, I'm gonna save state because I actually am a little lost, believe it or not. Okay, nope, that's... I can't believe I just did that. Is this? No, this is the thing where I need the P-Wing activated. But I don't have the P-Wing yet. Why don't I have the P-Wing yet? Or the P-Block. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, I am genuinely lost now. Holy crap, I can't believe this. I'm actually lost in the level. People used to come to me and ask, how do I do this? One of my favorite memories when I was younger of Mario Bros. 3, other than the one I already shared with you guys, is of when I was at the after-school place. I don't know what it's called, and I never will, probably. It's a place where you go after school and you just kind of hang there, and there were a few adults, and they'd watch you while your parents got off of work, basically, right? So I was there, and there was a gentleman, older gentleman, one of the people in charge of the facility, playing Mario Brothers 3 on this level. Now, I'd actually not played this level yet. I hadn't gotten this far yet. And he was getting really frustrated because he kept going the wrong way, which I'm not even at the point where I'm going the wrong way yet, so I'm really screwing up. See, this is where the door is, the spot I'm standing at right now. Anyways, so he was getting really, really pissed off at it, and it finally reached the point where I'm like, why don't you just go over there? And he's like, well, that's not going to do anything. Yes, it is. It'll make you go to the, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he just wouldn't listen to me. And finally, I just took the controller from him, and he got really mad at me because, you know, I'm, you know, just a young teenager kid. But, and then they, you know, I was right, and it was awesome. The end. Meanwhile, here I am, older gentleman, can't figure out where I'm going. Kind of sounds familiar, doesn't it? Whoa! I need to stop reading chat. I can't tell what you guys are talking about anymore. I've lost all track of the conversation. You guys are just talking about something, and I'm just like, I give up. God damn it. Really? Really? Moral of the story is, when you're an old, worthless person like me, try to be less worthless. Actually, Sean, the reality of it is I just don't remember. That's really all it comes down to. I don't remember the route. I screwed it up early last time, and I can tell you that right now. Because I had to go into one of these doors, and I don't remember which one. I thought it was the second one. We're going to try the first one instead. I am... Shut up, Pax. Is this it? Nope, although... Apparently this is it. It's got to be this one then. Even though this is the one that's right up here, so no, it isn't. Is this it? This is it. Okay, I finally figured it out. Safe site. Ah, no wonder I was screwing up so bad. I went in the wrong door. How completely banal of a reason to screw up for. Run, 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 run! Oh god, okay, really? A Mass Effect or RTS? It'd be interesting, but only under one condition on Dead Elvis. And if you can guess what that condition is, then you get a cookie. If you can't, then you get killed. It's a new game show I'm trying to do. Oh, damn it! Okay, see, you have to get to that door in time. It's one of the reasons I was just gunning it. Ah, okay, no. Go. Whatever. Elder Scrolls Online, kinda subpar, to put it nicely. Ah, I went in the wrong one. I went in the wrong one. Holy moly, how did I mess this up? Yeah, really, Elder Scrolls Online is very subpar. I am very disappointed by it. Bye, Omni. Have a good one. God damn it, how do I get there in time? I'm screwing up something here. Because I need to get here, go into there. I probably already... What the... Okay, I keep having a problem where it thinks I'm pushing up when I'm pushing right. I was having that problem earlier, too. Not sure what's up with that. Come on, Arsh. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. God, I'm tired. Anyways, I can't talk about Elder Scrolls Online in detail because I still have an NDA on it. That's all I got to tell you. It's mediocre. How can I not do this? This isn't even hard. Or at least I don't remember this as being hard. Yeah. Yes, tasted. That is correct. Sorry, D. Cortez, I can't. I have something else scheduled that has been requested for some time. Bull crap! Bull crap! I am doing something wrong to not make it in time. I don't remember this being hard at all. I really don't. And I'm doing something very wrong about this. And I just completely screwed it up. Oh my god. I'll be right back. I need to go to the bathroom and possibly throw up. I'll be right back. Oh shoot, I forgot to mute myself. Huh. Oh well, whatever, I guess. Sorry about that. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Did I? Nope, there it is. Okay. No, wrong button. Oh shoot, I hit the end button. Well, whatever. We'll just say that 3 hours is my time, because that's an absolutely terrible time. Really, it is. Am I just doing something wrong here? Is there another P block? I don't remember. Oh, by the way, Pax, you can't pick up P blocks in this one. That was Mario World, is when they introduced that. No, that last one is the exit, I guarantee you. I guarantee you that's it. Damn it. I'm screwing up. I don't know why. You know what? Before I embarrass myself anymore, I'm actually going to pull up some, this stage on the NES, which, conveniently enough, I have it right here.
So I gotta get in the marathon. Come on.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Second. What's this? Okay, there's the airship level.
Since there are probably a lot of
Okay.
NES fans watching now.
Up here, go into that door. Jump up. He wants to keep going, slide into that, jump, wants that door, which is what I just went through. There's the P block, which I just hit.
Everything showed up, it was colored, the game ran, but everything was just these big blocks of color. That was because color is defined.
Yeah, that's the door. There's no trick. There's no trick. That's the door I want. Now granted, he's playing the NES version, not the SNES version, but... Okay, so let's just try this, shall we? He just did it like it was nothing, too. That's what really frustrates me, given how much I'm screwing this up. Okay, I just lost like a second there, and I just lost a lot of time there. Okay. Under, over, in. I think you're right. I think getting hit is actually adding to the timer. Based on how I'm looking at it. I don't know how to not get hit by that second one, though. At least not while still going full speed. Because, see, getting hit there, that's gotta be it, because I would have plenty of time if I didn't get hit that time. Oh no, I know, Snatchy. I remember, playing this on the NES, you know, in the day, which is a Wednesday. Oh, whatever. God, this is irritating. God, I hate it when it does that bug. That's why. I think I figured it out. I think I'd even do that full speed if I could pull this off. That's why. Look at that. Now, I still screwed up because I still got hit, but that was a lot more speed. That's what I was doing wrong. I'm an idiot. I can't believe I didn't figure that out until I did it in slow. No, And I screwed it up again. And I got hit it again, and now I'm just gonna shoot myself. No, it's not the game's fault, it's my fault, Yachiman. This is the simplest goddamn thing. I just saw someone do this so simply. And I am sucking so miserably at it. Yeah, I just realized there is a bit of a secret weapon I've always had when I'm really out of it, when I'm really tired, but I refuse to give up. Some of you may remember this. Which apparently it's not working at all, because I'm still like 3 solid seconds too slow. I'm doing something wrong. I'm just flat out doing something wrong. There's nothing else for it. There's got to be another P thing, because I am just not this bad at this game. I'm not this bad at this game. I know I'm not. And I'm an idiot. Whatever. I used to be able to do this. I really did used to be able to do it from here. It is possible. I've seen it done, and I've done it. I just... It's a little bit more tight than, you know, doing it at the end there. See? I could do that if I optimized that a bit more. But, whatever. No, I've done that, Yachiman. Whatever. Meanwhile, Kay is trying to convince people Demon Souls or Dark Souls or whatever's good, even though he's wrong. I'm kidding, Kay. I'm just trolling. God, I'm stupid. No, just there we go. I'm going to bed like as soon as I finish this. But I am going to finish this damn game. And Bowser is going to be very, very sorry that I am. Whoops, wrong one. Whoops. Wow. I wonder if I could do the bug in Bowser's Castle. I used to be really good at that, too. But we've only got 3 things left. Oh, just 2 things, I'm sorry. First, we have the longest thing forever. I actually already owned The Witcher, Ozunix. How's that for funny? I screwed that up completely. Let's try that again. Or we could screw it up even more. I like screwing up even more. I like screwing up even more! Wave after wave of screw up. Here on our Shin Gaia's channel. There we go. Got it. We like to screw up constantly. So yeah, this was like the Dreadnought or whatever stage. They actually had a name for it. I forget what it is now. And did I make it? Yeah, I did. I own it, Ozunix. Someone already gave it to me. However, that's one of those games that's actually a game I genuinely don't want to play. Kind of like Ride to Hell. So, while I'm not going to say that, you know, I'm not going to play it if someone donates for it, because that's kind of the whole point of the donation incentive thing. But, oh my god, really? If you want me to ruminate or stream Witcher, it's going to be a lot more expensive than any other game. You know, you donate $5 and say play. You know, you donate nothing and say play FF6, and I'll probably be like, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. I'm going to beat this Frelling game. I already said I was going to play Mirror's Edge, D. Cortez. A lot, Ojunix, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you any more hints than that. Yeah, I'm not going to try it on that pattern. Okay. I can do this. I can do this. More than that, Ojunix. I am going to beat this game. Man, I was having a lot of fun earlier. I guess I still am. And that's kind of the charm of Mario Brothers 3. Is that I still have fun, even when it's pissing me off. 50,000 I'd probably do it for. Nope, Caladrius, not doing it. I refuse. I am not that bad at this game. Just because I'm tired to the point of passing out, literally, woo, does not mean that I am that bad at this game. Apparently I am that bad at this game, though. That's actually funny, because I was really debating if I should go for that or not, and I shouldn't have. I will sleep, Yachiman. Fortunately, Warcraft 3 is a lot easier game for me to play when I'm tired. It's not a reflexes game so much as a strategy game, and my mind works fine when I'm tired. But my reflexes are just sluggish. And if you need proof of that, watch my first Super Metroid speedrun and understand the horror that lies within. The first person to die streaming. That's an interesting pun. Or I guess just a play on words. I will kill Bowser. So, I want to demonstrate something that I'm not actually sure is true in this NES version. So I'm going to do a save state right before Bowser, because I want to show something off, but like I said, I'm not actually sure if it's you know, true in this NES version as it is in the NES version. Oh god, I did it again. What, Ojunix? Sorry, I was reading your chat and I didn't see the ba-bomb. And there's true that. God, it's hard to read right now for some reason. See you around, Kay. And then the ship is the flying fortress of Bowser's. You go into Mario 3 and all the booze and the. Basically, yes, although you're reading too much into the booze. The booze just like the atmosphere, so they moved in. Boos aren't actually dead people, after all. And this has been well established by various Mario games, especially the RPGs. They're just boos. They like to scare people. Either way, that is the sunken fortress in Mario World is in fact intended to be the airship from Mario Brothers 3 that Bowser and his Koopa kids came from, you know, Mario Brothers 3 over to Mario World on. I hate the bombs. I hate the bombs. I hate the bombs. But not as much as I hate those guys. Whose names I suddenly can't think of. Can you remember the name of the moles? Because I suddenly can't think of it. I'm going to go and do this one save state just because I'm getting tired of doing this stage. See, there's another thing I've noticed. It's about player anxiety. The more you know you're on the line, the worse you tend to play. Because if you know, for example, I save stated, and in so save stating, I knew there was no risk of dying, and so I did it just fine. Speaking of save stating. Bowser's Castle. Nope, didn't make it. Oh well. Oh yeah, I have to be big for that, don't I? I have to be big for this bug. Hang on, let's go ahead and just blow a mushroom. I'm sure there's plenty of evil boos. I can't think of one off the top of my head. For example, the King Boo is probably the closest thing to an evil Boo, but that's mostly in the Mario and Luigi series. Nope, not falling for it this time. Let's see if this bug exists. Oh, I screwed it up. Nope. Yeah, I can't do that. Damn it, and yeah, it's over. Whatever, I screwed it up. I screwed it up. Sorry guys, I was going to show you the bug. I'm not even sure it's in the world, this version of the game, to be honest with you. Oh shoot. Oh god, I'm screwed. Yeah, Rondo, there's a couple of spots where you can do that in. You have to be big. And basically it involves doing the thing where you crouch and you slide. And there's only a couple spots like in the whole game where you can really do it to any effect. This happens to be one of them. Ah, for God's sakes, really? It is actually a pretty hard trick to do. I can't believe I screwed... How did I screw that up? How did I screw that up? Oh my god. Oh well, whatever. Arsha Gaia's Suckitude. Next on Heraldo. You kind of saw it there for a second. You can only do it if you haven't gotten the block, though. See you around, Bowman. So anyways, I'm going to go and start saying my end thing now. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Warcraft 3 and Frozen Throne. That's probably going to go forward unto, you know, the next day, which is whatever day is next. I just died. Whenever I wake up, Yachiman, until I'm done. I don't know the time, Tasted Sauce. My morning to my evening. And then probably my morning again Sunday, because I doubt I'm going to beat the games that quick. Especially since I have so much to talk about in those games. It's been one of my most heavily requested lore runs. I am in Eastern Standard Time, which is -5 GMT, I believe. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Fine, whatever. I'm going to post in advance, Yachiman. What are you talking about? In fact, I already have posted a post about it. But I still don't understand what you mean, Yachiman. How dare you not explain yourself? You're fired. I don't... I don't know the time. It's... Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that! It's whenever I wake up, okay? I'm not going to set an alarm. I'm too tired and too sick to set an alarm. If I set an alarm, I'm going to wake up and be worse than I am now. So, whenever I wake up. Now, I'm going to pay attention to the game for a moment. Because I'm getting irritable, and that's not cool. I don't know what time it is right now. Honestly, I don't have a clock anywhere handy that I can actually look at. In case you're wondering why I do this, this constant jumping rather than standing, it's actually a pretty good way to maintain position. Strange as that may sound, I'm going to go and save state. I remember the very first time I went through this level, I was so paranoid that, because I didn't know which Koopa statues shot lasers and which didn't. So I was always approaching every single one of them like, oh my god! Okay, so I'm going to save state, so hopefully I can show you this bug, assuming it's in the SNES version. You'll have to give me a moment. I need to get some space for him to do this. I used to like this song a lot. Yep, it's still in the SNES version. In case you're wondering what the bug is here, his head is actually his hitbox. So, you can just stand on him, like that, and he won't hit you. Which is funny, because I used to actually find this boss fight rather difficult back in, back in the day, so to speak. I never knew about that little tidbit. I'm small, too, but, whatever, I've got this at this point. I'm just kind of playing with him now. I probably shouldn't, because he's just going to troll me or something. Oh, yeah, kind of like that. Alright, so let's just crush him, shall we? Yeah! Fire! So anyone's wondering the easy way to beat this boss, this is it. It's actually easier and quicker, for that matter, to beat him with fireballs, but getting all the way this far with the fire flower is actually a little harder to do than it sounds. I just screwed that up. I should have been on the right side so that he was jumping over here. And now we get out of the way. What? That was very weird. That's very weird. Whatever. I'm just gonna stand here. Come on, Bowser. Come on. There you go. Bye-bye. For anyone who's curious, yes, if you fall in, you can die. Even after you beat him. Oh, don't even joke about that, Caladris. That would just kill me. I'd have to stop the stream. Hey, Peach. What's up? Don't worry. I beat Bowser, which means the sun came out for some reason. So, many people know nowadays that Mario games tend to reference themselves, usually in a humorous fashion. I mentioned that Mario Bros. 3 is in fact the beginning of a lot of the Mario standards that have been ever since. This is another one. This is the first time Mario Bros. Ever actually referenced itself, and made a joke about it. I just felt like sharing that. So, Mario Bros. 3, ladies and gentlemen. Really good game, honestly. Another fun fact about Mario Bros. 3. Not a lot of NES games in this era actually had particularly good endings. Usually it was just, getting a hamburger with the president, for example. This is actually a pretty good ending for the time, all things considered. Pretty short, pretty simple, but well done, all things considered. Don't worry, you get the cake in N64. Yeah, exactly, Keon. Endings took up a lot of space. So in order to have an ending at all, you needed to, take the time to actually put that in there. You should see some... If you think this ending is bad, Yachiman, you should see, I don't know, any other... Well, many other NES endings. For example, Mario Bros. 1. I remember, PAX. FF6's ending was awesome. So was FF4's. FF4's probably has my favorite ending from the FF series. The end. Oh, right. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. Sorry. Hang on. Really quick. This shouldn't take long. So, this is Super Mario Bros. 2, right? Great game. This is Super Mario Bros. Lost Level. This is not a great game. It is pretty hard, though. See those mushrooms? They are basically the same as taking damage if you interact with them. A lot of the rules don't really work the same in this one as they do in the other Marios. So that's another thing to be watching out for in this one. Okay, that was just me screwing up. I don't know what the hell that was. There we go. Okay. some of the piranha plants will actually continue to come up even if you're right next to them. And it's not all of them, which is actually worse, because you never know which ones are going to be safe or not, unless you actually know, you know, in advance. God damn it. That was me screwing up too, that wasn't the level. Ojunix, this is just a game that is artificially difficult and correctly difficult. I'll give it both credence. But, basically, it's just Mario Brothers 1 with new levels. That really is all it is. It is literally Mario Brothers 1 with new levels, one new graphic thing, and, you know, some of the stuff was really hard, some of the stuff was artificially hard. That's it. It's kind of ahead of its time, really. It was one of the first expansion packs. Anyways, like I said, I'm gonna go and get to bed, and tomorrow, when I wake up, Warcraft. Peace, guys. I think that's a good thing to end the stream on.